92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You guys ever have one of those chance meetings where you talk to someone for a few minutes and then you realize that that's the one that you're meant to be with forever? I often do that, like at the grocery store when the chick goes, "Hey, how are you doing today?" I'm like, you love me so much.
Yeah, she just wants your reward card number.
We got Trevor on the phone who emailed us for a second date update today. Now, Trevor, you didn't even really actually go on a date with the girl you want us to call, right?
No, I didn't.
Okay, explain to us what happened.
We were out at a bar at like a club where there's dancing, and it was right at closing time. It was just as the thing was shutting down, and this group of girls came in.
Okay, so you showed up right at closing time to see if you could find the drunkest girl in the place.
Come on.
Nice.
Come on.
These girls weren't wasted at all. They looked like they were just out having a great time, and got to talking with this one girl immediately. She was just awesome, like totally hot, beautiful blonde hair and short skirt, just very sexy. And
Can I ask real quick, are the lights on by this point? Are they trying to kick you out?
no, not yet. No.
Okay.
That's a good question. It's important.
It is.
Yeah. So the light's been on. You might not wanting to be calling her back.
That's even happened to me before.
Okay, so continue.
So yeah, we got talking, and she asked me to dance. So I was like, yeah, of course. So we went out on the dance floor, and that song "Get Lucky" by Daft Punk was playing, which was an awesome song, and I felt like it was a good omen.
That's when, did you whisper in her ear at that point, like, you know what that means, right?
Yeah.
We're dancing on
No,
this time.
dude, it wasn't like that. No. So we're out dancing. We're having such a good time. Then at this one point, she slipped on her heels. She was wearing heels, and she slipped, and I caught her. And then we just kissed.
Oh, romantic
Oh,
drama
boy.
right there.
Nice.
Okay.
Trevor, how drunk were you?
I mean, I was buzzed slightly, just feeling good, but neither of us were hammered. We were
Okay,
full.
so you're
Okay,
making
except
out.
she's falling down and you're grabbing her and trying to kiss her. Sounds like you guys were drunk to me.
She had been having a good time, but
Yeah.
it was totally amazing. It was magic. It was like out of a movie, where you just catch somebody, look straight in her eyes, and then I just was like, this is the moment,
Okay, I will stand up for her, okay? High heels are hard to walk in even when you're sober.
I love
Yeah, and we were dancing. And after that happened, it was just like, I didn't even know this girl existed 20 minutes ago. And now I'm sitting here holding her in my arms, kissing her, and I'm looking at her just like, I want to just...
Okay, hold on.
Remember, we are on the radio.
Yeah.
I meant like, I want to just be with this girl.
We all know
Sure you did.
Trevor,
what you meant.
Trevor, I'm the only one in this room that I really feel like, yeah, love. I'm good with love. I love love. But you're on a dance floor at a club. Like, what makes you think that this girl is the one?
I don't know how to describe it. I honestly don't know how.
Okay.
It's that look in the eye. It's this feeling of just like the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. I just I love her.
I've seen that glassy-eyed look on many women at bars before.
Hey, I can get behind him.
I'm not that guy. I never feel that way.
Okay.
So how did it end then?
Well, then her friends came in and they were like, we got to go, and they just basically grabbed her from me.
Oh,
And they were
no.
like,
I
bye
hate
bye,
the friends,
and then took her away. And then they went outside, and I was like, I'm not just going to stand there and just watch that leave, So I went out in the parking lot like an idiot. But one of her friends turned around and she said, call her, and she gave me her number.
Oh, really?
That's
That's
cool.
a good sign.
That is a good sign. 'Cause
Yeah, friends are usually...
Yeah.
Yeah, get out of here. You don't know
Well,
her.
that's only because friends are trying to rescue their friend from you, Jose, okay? This
what
girl
I
was
get.
actually trying to be a wing woman.
Yeah. And instead her friend was like, call her. She puts out to everybody.
No.
So-
That's a really good sign that she dug you, dude. So you called her.
I called her twice and, let it go for, 4 or 5 days. Nothing.
Is there any chance that she could have been drunker than you thought?
Well, certainly could be a possibility, but I did not get that feeling. And no, I no.
Okay. Well, we're going to play a song, come back, get your second date update. Just hang out for like 3.5 minutes, okay?
Okay.
All right, hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Now, Trevor,
Yes.
I've picked up a lot of girls at closing time,
Oh, God.
and I'll just tell you from experience, they're always drunker than they seem. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5. The second part of your second date update. Trevor is on the phone. He wants us to call a girl that he met at a bar at closing time. They danced a little bit. She had a moment where she slipped and fell, and they made out. Then she was whisked away into a car by her friends, and one of her girlfriends gave Trevor her phone number. He's tried to call her, hasn't been able to get a hold of her, really wants to try to take her out on an actual date, right?
Yeah.
What's her name, by the way? We never got her name.
Christine.
Have you been thinking about what you want to say to this girl? I mean, this is your one shot to sell yourself.
Yeah, I have been. I mean, I just want to tell her how I really feel, you know.
Use the word love. Make sure you drop that.
No. That's a bad idea.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, but now I do feel kind of nervous, like you were saying. I mean, maybe she was just drunker than she seemed. She didn't seem that way, but
Yeah.
All right, you ready to give her a call?
yes.
Okay, hang on. Hi, can I speak to Christine, please?
This is Christine.
Hey, Christine, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5.
Okay.
What's going on?
Not much, but what are you calling for?
Well, I'm calling you because I wanted to talk about a friend of mine that you had a run-in with.
What?
Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago at a bar at closing time. Met a guy, talked for a little while, did some dancing, kind of made out, and then your friends put you in a car and you had to go.
Uh-oh. That would be a hangover.
I'm going to say that she got disconnected on accident.
Okay. I'm going to not.
No?
Pretty sure that was
She
on
knew
purpose.
exactly what you were talking about.
Spotty service is what I'm saying. Bad cell service.
I
You're going
don't
to call her
think
back,
so.
aren't you?
That's what gets you restraining orders.
She was going through a tunnel.
Dude, Trevor, are you sure you didn't do something that night that was awful?
She hung up.
Yeah, she hung up, man.
Yeah, welcome to the party, Trevor.
At this point, Trevor, I'm going to go ahead and assume that it's probably not a good thing for you.
I'm not talking about this. I'm not talking about this on the radio.
Can I ask why?
It was a mistake.
Okay. You sound upset. Did Trevor upset you?
Listen, it just wasn't. It was a mistake.
Were you drunk? Nobody's here to judge you. I mean, we've all been there. Were you just like, because we've all made out with someone and been drunk and been like, that was a mistake.
The only reason I'm going to tell you this is because I need you to tell him to stop calling me, okay? I have a fiance.
Beyonce?
Oh, Christine. That was a mistake.
Yeah, so I don't want to talk about this.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
That makes sense.
That's a good idea. What? So many questions. Christine, why did your girlfriend give Trevor your number?
She was drunk? I don't know. Listen, I'm getting married in a week.
Oh!
What? That was the night of my bachelorette party. It was kind of the last event that we went to.
Uh-huh.
I should not have even danced with him, or we were just having fun and we were talking, but like he kissed me and
Yeah.
I'm
God.
getting married next week.
Oh, my God!
I mean, whew.
Christine,
Yeah?
I should let you know that Trevor is actually on the other line and heard everything that you just said.
Yeah.
What? You guys, like, I don't...
That's insane. That's crazy. If you knew the things I've been thinking for the past week.
You understand why I wasn't answering the phone, though. I'm engaged.
That kiss on the dance floor, though, that wasn't just me kissing you.
Oh.
Yes, I don't know what you're talking about. That was
started it, but
absolutely you kissing me.
That's how it started, but that's not how it ended.
It wasn't that long. Just because I slipped doesn't mean, like, that was an invitation.
Yeah, but you accepted the invitation once I gave it to you. You can't tell me that, too.
Does your fiance have any idea?
No, of course not.
Can I ask, Trevor, how did you not know it was a bachelorette party?
It was the after party. You know, most of it had been at another place where everything had been set up.
And you didn't have, like, any bachelorette, like, crown or sash?
No, we had packed up everything into the car and left everything there.
Christine, if
So we were literally just running in for one more drink because it was just our last stop of the evening before going home.
Christine, if it was really just all one-sided and Trevor just kissed you, why are you so embarrassed about it? Like, why wouldn't you tell your fiance about it? Just like, some guy kissed me and had nothing to do with it.
Because he's a jealous guy.
Yeah.
This guy's a jealous guy. You don't want to get married to this guy.
Oh, Trevor.
Jealousy is not a sign of competence.
Oh, there you go.
Trevor still wants a shot.
Oh, my
Well, I'm just saying, if her friends are giving out her phone number on her wedding, like her bachelorette party, then they obviously are,
Yeah.
you know, maybe it's a joke, but that sounds like a joke that says something about how they feel about your fiance.
Okay.
What?
Well, at this
Yeah.
point,
And I mean, marriage, if you believe in marriage and you're planning on staying with this guy for a lifetime's a long time. to spend with some jealous guy who your friends don't approve of.
You are not
Yeah.
doing this right now.
Because honestly, my life flashed in front of my eyes after we kissed. I was like, I could spend my life with this girl. I had that feeling.
Trevor, slow the fun truck
I had
down.
that feeling. I'm just saying, I know what planning goes into a wedding, I can imagine, but it's a lifetime, and you don't want to be divorced in 2 years trying to call me when I'm going out with somebody else.
Oh my goodness,
Christine?
you are not doing this.
What do you have to say about that?
Maybe if this were a year ago, it would be a different story, but it's
I'm
not.
sure it would be.
That is not a no.
It sounds like she's
How about
just-
this?
Oh, no.
Christine, you're not married yet. We would love to send you out on a date
do
with
this.
Trevor. We'll pay for it. That way your fiance won't be able to check any credit card statement and see that you've been out on a date.
Christine, I am so sorry.
Would you like to go out with Trevor? We'll pay for it.
Yeah, I'm going to get married next week, but I appreciate the call, guys, okay?
Hey, when you do get married, make sure you kiss the groom.
Hey.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
For today's second date, Nicole is on the phone, and apparently she paid for everything on her first date, and now she's not getting a call back. So I guess my question to you, Nicole, is are you calling because you want another date with this dude, or is this more of like a bill collector type situation? We're just going to hit him up for money.
Well, I really want the second date, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see if we can get you another date. If not, we'll figure out how to garnish his wages. So we're cool. We got you covered. Tell us a little bit about the guy. What's his name?
His name is Andy.
Andy, all right. And what did you do with Andy?
Well, we met on a dating app, and he seemed really, really cute and, like, funny and stuff on his profile. And we decided to meet at a restaurant.
Oh, it sounds very novel so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
But they were just, like, from the get-go, he didn't open the door for me. In fact, it was, like, a little bit awkward because, you know, I was like, oh, do you want me to get the door for you? And he was like, what? And so, like, I opened the door for him, and I was like, welcome inside. And it was, like, super awkward.
So wait, did he seem clueless about the door opening, or was it something where he was kind of taking a stand?
At the time, he seemed like he didn't really know that he was supposed to do that. And
Okay.
it's not like I mind opening the door.
Right.
Really?
Right.
Okay, but you would have preferred that he opened the door for you?
I mean, yeah, I would have preferred him open the door for me.
It's a polite thing to do.
Yeah. So, you know, I kind of forgot about it at the time. But I was really excited to learn about him and see what his interests were. So at first I didn't, like, really mind, but he didn't really ask me any questions about me.
Hey, Nicole, I hate to stop you, but you want to call this guy for another date, right?
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
He's kind of like a jerk.
Yeah, it sounds horrible.
No, he's super hot, Nicole. Is that what it is? He's super hot and you don't care. I'm being honest. Like, is that where you're at?
Okay, yeah, I mean, he's really hot. He is.
Okay.
But I think he's just a little rough around the edges, you know? And I think if he were with somebody who was really genuinely into him, he could, like, soften up a bit.
Oh, no.
Oh, nice. So you're
You're
hoping
gonna-
to change his edges, make him a little
Yeah.
softer.
You're going to take on a project and change the guy that you want to date.
That'll work.
I know how that sounds. I know that sounds good. But I mean, people change all the time, you know? And, like, who you hang out with. Sort
You know
of.
what, Nicole? You tell yourself anything you need to tell yourself to convince yourself that this is going to work out well.
No, I promise it's not as bad as it sounds. I'm serious.
Okay.
So, what was the highlight of the date? Since so far I feel like we've heard a lot of lowlights.
Well, when he started talking about fantasy sports, that was something that I had no idea really what that was.
Wait, you're not into it?
Why is he even talking about that?
I mean, I thought it was kind of cool. You know, I didn't know that it wasn't like a real team or you know, like you just pick and choose.
Okay.
From the description of your date so far, I'm imagining you're not even really talking about fantasy sports. He's just checking his fantasy scores while you're talking to him.
I think he was on his phone like maybe once. That was it. Which I think is
Okay.
good, you know.
Okay.
I'm just glad that he didn't like drink very much, and he says he's a non-smoker, and I don't think he gambles. I'm glad he's not that.
Okay.
That's good.
So there's some positives.
Yeah, you know, we can get married tomorrow. It's fine.
And so you said that you paid. What happened when the bill came? How did that work?
I think maybe I just jumped the gun because I was a little bit nervous and the bill came and I was like, oh, I don't mind paying if you want to go half or I was a little bit like forthcoming about it. But he did pay the tip.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, cool. And tipped what, 10% on the bill probably?
I don't know. I just assumed he gave a really good tip. I don't know.
Okay, so wait, I do think it's totally fine for a woman to pay.
Of course.
Especially if the woman is the one who asked him out. Are you the one that initiated it on the dating app?
No.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
right.
now I think that's not good, Nicole.
I mean, it was really refreshing. I felt a little bit liberating. I also felt a bit broker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So was that all you guys did? Go out to dinner? Or did you do more?
Nope, that's all we did. We went out to dinner, and then he said that he had to take off. I think he had an early morning.
Really?
What?
Come
Nicole,
on, dude.
I'm sorry. Okay.
He didn't do anything right.
Listen, he didn't hold doors open. He didn't ask any questions about you. He talked about fantasy football that you're not even into the whole time. And then when you asked to split the tab, he picked up the tip. When you hear that back, do you realize that maybe your standards aren't high enough?
It's a red flag.
I know it sounds bad, but the truth is he is really confident and bright. And the only problem we have right now is that he's not texting me back. It's been about a week, and he hasn't texted me back.
Whoa.
Okay. Well, and he sounds like a really communicative guy. So that's weird for him, I'm sure.
I mean, I'm sure he's really busy, But before, he was texting me a bunch.
Okay. Well,
Right.
we'll play a song, come back, and then see if we can get him on the phone and get your second date, okay?
Yay! Thank you.
All right. We'll do it next. Hang on. If you're just joining us for today's second date, Nicole is on the phone, and she wants to call a dude named Andy. And Andy can really only be described as a modern-day gentleman. A knight in shining armor.
Really?
They went out for dinner, and Andy didn't open a single door. Didn't even ask her any questions and just talked about his fantasy football team the whole time. And at the end of the lovely evening, he made her pay the bill. But he did offer to leave the tip for the server.
Nice guy.
Yes, Andy sounds like an amazing date.
What a
And
dreamboat.
we're all not sure why Nicole wants to call him back, really. But we're about to do it either way. Nicole, are you ready to give Andy a call?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's give him a call.
Okay.
Have you told this story to any of your girlfriends?
Yes. I just don't feel like people really understand, the good parts.
Okay,
really.
so they had the same advice we did. Maybe just let this one go.
Well, yeah.
All right.
But they don't understand. They weren't there, Nicole. They didn't get to see the look on his face when he was ignoring you to talk about his fantasy football, you know?
You guys don't get it. I can change him. I really can. If we just had some time together and communicated what was needed.
Famous last words.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can get him on the phone, okay?
Awesome. I'm excited.
Me too. Can't wait to talk to Andy and see if I can feel exactly what you feel about him, because I'm still not getting it, Nicole.
You'll get it. Trust me.
Okay, if you say so.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Andy?
Yes, this is him.
Andy, what's up, dude? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
All right. How can I help you?
Well, I'm calling you today because we got an email about you from somebody who listens to the show.
This show meaning what now? I don't understand.
The radio show Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the one that you're currently on.
Oh. I'm sorry, man. I'm getting ready for work right now. I can't do this right now.
Okay, well, if you just give us a few minutes, just a minute of your time, I promise.
Fine, but I don't have a lot of time.
Okay. Well, I'll get straight to the point then, okay? You went out on a date the other day with somebody named Nicole, and she emailed us because she says you're not texting her back anymore, and she wants to know why.
Yeah, well, not all first dates in the world need another date, you know?
Whoa.
Can I go? Is that okay?
Well, can you give us just another second? We want to know why.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, some dates don't need another one in the world, right? Like I said, that's all
Okay.
really it is.
Whoa.
But that's not really an explanation of why. Can you just tell us why? I know you got to go.
I mean, I'll tell you, completely honest, I wasn't physically attracted to her off the bat.
Oh.
Okay, wait, hold on. Because the way she described your date, like, that's fine, that happens, but it sounds like you were, like, kind of rude to her, man, on the date.
I mean, yeah, I was.
Why would you be rude to her?
What?
I mean, yeah, you're not attracted to her. Maybe you don't want another date. Whatever, that happens. We get it. But, like, why would you be rude to her?
I don't know, man. She looks totally different on Tinder, you know?
Oh.
You get one of those profiles and it's like, oh, she's beautiful, but then you see her in person and you're like, no, I can't do this. She looked exactly like my sister. Okay.
What?
Wait, so now, wait, hold on. I mean, I'm glad you're not attracted to your sister, but like,
We've had second dates where people have been like, dude, it was awesome. She looked like my sister. So it's good to hear that you're kind of
What?
not going that way with it. But
Yeah, weird shit.
why be rude, though? Why not just sit there and at least have a good time?
Look, I don't want to waste anybody's time. I don't want to go on a date with somebody who looks like my sibling.
I don't know, man. That just still feels kind of weird, like that you would like make her pay and everything.
Look, I tried everything to turn her off. I talked about my fantasy football all the time. I thought I could go on for like a half an hour about the fantasy football, and she wouldn't want to like talk to me anymore. You know?
Oh, so you were purposely doing those things.
Hell yeah, I did that. And after the meal, I belched this just huge belch, and she thought that was cute.
She didn't tell us about that part.
No, and we get out to the parking lot, and we're standing there in the parking lot, and I'm like, I parked in a handicap spot for like 2 hours, and she thought that was funny. She didn't think that was like a jerk thing to do.
No.
So, I mean, at this point, like, are you, I'm almost even questioning her?
I am. I'm like, is there anything that can turn you off? You know? Can I literally say I'm on work relief right now? I have to go back to prison tomorrow, and she'll think that's cute.
That is sexy. I like him. He's committed to his job. I mean, he has to be, but whatever.
Yeah, so I don't even know what's up with this chick. I'm just happy that I don't have to talk with her again. That's all that really matters to me. So,
Well, you kind of do because she's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
You're joking.
No, not at all. Nicole, you there?
Yeah, hi, Andy.
There's Nicole.
Hey.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's okay.
How are you laughing, Nicole?
What? It's okay.
Nicole, you are the most positive person I think we've ever had on this show.
Well, no, I mean, I appreciate the honesty.
You appreciate it?
Oh Jesus.
I do. I mean, now I understand why the thing with the door and why the fantasy sports and everything. Like, I knew you weren't a really, disrespectful person. I knew that there was probably a reason behind it. I thought maybe, I don't know, your hand was hurt or you were, low on money or something. I don't. And I know, like, when you belch, sometimes it just means that you like the food. So I was like, I don't know, I'll just, let it happen. Like, not a lot of people are very genuine. I mean, I can see why you would do that.
What?
Look, I'm not good at rejecting people in their faces, so this is like the second best thing that I can think about.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not very good at rejecting people either. I get it. So.
How are you? You're just like, I am so glad we talked that out. You were a jerk to me on your first date because you didn't think I was attractive. Thank you.
Well, no. He didn't say that he didn't think I was attractive. He said that he wasn't attracted to me because I reminded him of his sister.
It's a good point.
Yeah, you kind of do, and that kind of freaks me out a little bit.
Well, I mean, it's better than the other way around,
Yeah, but it doesn't change the fact that you look like my sister.
No, yeah. I mean, I totally get it. I totally get it, and I'm glad to know now.
Wait,
Glad to
Nicole,
know.
I mean, he hasn't even apologized for his rude behavior. Like, at least, Andy, can you give her, like, some apology, man?
You know what? You're right. I'm so sorry. Nicole, I am so sorry that I didn't reject you right away. That was the right thing to do.
What?
That's the right thing to do,
Yeah.
You guys, what about human decency in dating? I mean, Nicole, get mad.
No, I mean, why would I get mad when he's actually, telling me the truth? Most guys don't do that, At least he's not lying to, like, get in my pants or anything.
Wait, no, but, like, there's a way to deliver the truth, Nicole, that doesn't end up with, like, you footing the whole bill when you ask to split the bill. Like, without him being rude and parking in handicapped parking lots. Like, you can be honest and still be respectful of people.
Excuse me, I paid the tip.
Oh, my God.
See?
He did pay the tip, and I didn't mind paying for the dinner. And I mean, I thought you were cute and fun, so it was well worth it to me.
All right.
Oh, my God.
Nicole, you're the most understanding person
Yes.
Wow.
ever.
I have been told that.
But you do look like Andy's sister. That is a problem, I guess.
Yeah.
But I still have to ask Andy. Andy, would you like to go out with Nicole on another date? We'll pay for it.
Oh, man. I have a really hard time saying no. Clearly, I have an extremely difficult time saying no, so I guess I'll reluctantly say, yeah, sure, why not?
Say yes.
Wait, what? You're going to go out with her again? I thought you weren't attracted to her.
Look, I'm really bad at rejecting people to their faces, so yeah, I'll take the date. We can go out as friends. You guys pay for it. That's great.
Oh my God.
Nicole.
So a friend date. Nicole, are you still down to go out with Andy?
Yeah, I want to.
Oh,
Of
Nicole.
course.
There you go.
Nicole, you're turning yourself into a doormat.
Yeah.
Well, no. I mean, I can see how you'd see it that way, but I see it differently. You know, you hear about people starting off as friends all the time, and then it, blossoms into something more.
Hey,
You just
right?
don't know.
Nope, not happening. We're going out as friends.
What?
Sorry.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure you're a great friend, too. I mean,
Oh my God.
Yeah, sounds like it.
God.
Well, Nicole, congratulations. You got a second date. And Andy, congratulations on getting a second date with your sister. That's exciting.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
A listener named Brittany is on the phone with us, and she sent us an email for a second date update. And I'm excited to talk to her because her date ended with them going back to her place, and yes, there was a little hooking up involved.
Okay. Are you just excited to hear the details and live vicariously, or what's going on, man?
Well, she shared some of the details in her email, and I think you guys are going to love it.
Awesome.
So let's talk to her right now. Brittany, what's up?
Hey, how are you?
Hey.
Good.
Good.
Brittany.
How are you?
Doing okay. Just confused, waiting for a phone call.
Okay.
Before we get into how your evening went, tell us about the guy that you want to call. What's his name?
His name's Colin.
Oh, even how you say it, you're longing for Colin.
Yeah. He's so yummy.
Oh, that is a good description.
Like on the eyes, or
Everything.
did you murder him and eat him?
Oh my God, you're so dark, Jubal.
Well, that would be the reason he's not calling back, Brittany, if you did that.
Well, I did not harm him, if that's what you mean.
Okay.
There's something wrong with you.
Yes, there is.
Well,
Okay, wait, and how did you meet Yummy Colin? I forget. Did you tell us already? I'm sorry.
No, we met on a dating app.
Okay, and what was exciting about him?
He was just like really flirtatious when we were like talking on the app and suggested like, hey, you want to get together?
Okay.
So we decided to meet up and then, go get drinks after dinner if it went well.
And what was different about this date than like other dates you've been on?
I mean, like, when it's a good date, if the conversation flows, like he had a lot of witty banter. He was laughing at a lot of my jokes and it was just like really natural. It was really easy.
I love easy dates. Love it.
Not like that, bro.
So why do you think he's not calling you back then? What happened?
Well, there's one thing that happened. Before we decided to go to the bar to grab a drink after dinner, I realized I left my phone at my place. So just like not knowing him very well, I was like, would you mind if we grabbed my phone on the way out to the bar? So we did. We went back to my place. So I should tell you guys, I do live with my parents. And I told him this like as we were pulling up to my parents' house.
Yeah.
It's temporary. I told him, he laughed it off. Like he was totally cool about it. And, I have the whole bottom floor to the place. And, like there's a separate entrance to get in and out.
Right.
So we got to my house and I found my phone. We started like kind of hanging out there. We ended up watching a movie and got cozy on the couch, made out a little bit.
So you guys didn't even make it to drinks?
No, we didn't make it to drinks. Like I said, like everything was just going really well and it was easy. Not in that sense. It was easy, but
Not Jubal's easy.
Was the phone just your excuse to bring him back to your place?
no,
And that's
that wasn't
okay.
the plan at all.
Sounds like an excuse. If I was that dude, I'd been like, yeah, we can absolutely go, quote, grab your phone, end quote.
You're playing.
And I get that, and I'm okay. It wasn't the plan, but this awkward part did happen where we were making out a little bit, and we could hear noises above my room. Like noises. Getting together.
Shut up.
Please don't make me say it.
No way.
Wait, I don't understand what you mean. Like board games or?
Oh my God.
No, don't make me say it. It's already weird enough.
They
Wait,
were doing it?
so you were making out with a date and listening to your parents get it on upstairs?
Oh God, yeah, like we can keep it vague. It's so weird. Like I cannot believe it.
My
I'm
God.
so embarrassed.
Talk about setting the mood.
Well, I mean, I agree, but like I was just so embarrassed. And I thought it was like, oh, okay, maybe we'll like stop, right? And it didn't. It like
whoa.
It didn't stop. But then I don't know. Shortly after, he was like, "Oh, I have to go. Like, let's get together again soon." And I have to go. And I totally understood why he wanted to leave. Like, I didn't want to be there either.
But unfortunately, you had to go back in your house and lay down on your bed and just listen to them having the best time.
Oh no! They make sound like noise canceling headphones. But yeah, like now I can't get him to agree to another date.
Oh my God, that is so awkward. I don't know if I would want to go out another date.
I mean, my parents are at least good role models.
Oh, what?
Good role model.
Say that.
Hey, I heard what your parents are doing. Did you learn a thing or two from mommy and daddy?
No, I just mean a good relationship.
Yeah, sounds like it. Sounds like they have a great relationship.
Oh my God.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, and we'll find out if your parents doing it did your date in.
So bad.
I just don't want it to screw up the next time.
Yeah.
That's right. Your parents screwing could have screwed your date up.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Brittany is on the phone, and today she wants to call a guy named Colin, and their night had everything that you need for a perfectly romantic evening. They had dinner that went amazing, lots of laughter and fun, and then they went back to her place, started watching a movie, and of course, no romantic evening would be complete without the soothing sounds of your parents making love in the bedroom above you.
God, it's so gross.
Hey, Brittany.
Yeah.
Does that jog your memory a little bit?
Yes.
Oh, Brittany, I am so sorry.
If that was confusing to you, Brittany lives at her parents' house. She has like the whole downstairs to herself, I guess. But she did take her date back there, and they ended up hanging out for a while. But at a certain point, her parents didn't know she was home, and they started doing what parents do when the kids aren't around. And now the dude's not calling her back, and she suspects that's the reason.
I do have two questions, just because I forgot to ask, because I was so mortified by what happened to you. Once you started hearing your parents doing it while you guys were making out, how long did it take for him to leave?
You're making me think about this again. I don't want to relive it.
I just want to know how scared he was.
When it registered what was happening and the horror in my face, he left, like, not like ran out the door, but, you know, he gave his polite goodbyes and got out.
I don't know if you want to call this guy back. I mean, it sounds like he's not there to protect you, man. It's like the whole building was burning down and he left you for good.
To be fair to him, like, this is my fault. Like, it wouldn't have happened if I hadn't have left my phone at home. The plan was to go out.
Okay.
Well, no, it still would have happened. You just wouldn't have known about it. Trust me.
No.
All right. I'm dialing his phone number right now, and we'll see if we can get an answer for you. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Colin?
Yeah, this is him.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Okay. What can I help you with?
Well, I'm calling you today because one of our listeners named Brittany asked us to get you on the phone.
Brittany?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because she told us about your date, and now you're not setting up plans for another date, so she wants to know why.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of creepy.
True. But it's a segment we do on our show all the time. It's called the Second Date Update. And Brittany told us about your date, and it sounds awkward. at the end of it, at least.
Oh, yeah.
Emphasis on sounds.
Personally, for me, it sounds awesome, but
Oh,
I could
my
see how it could be awkward for a lot of people.
Oh my God, Colin, he is a disturbed man. Don't listen to him.
So she did tell you a bit what happened.
Oh.
Yeah, she told us that you guys went to dinner and then went back to her place, and then you got to hear the rare sounds of parents doing that naughty thing that parents do.
You're making it sound like a National Geographic episode.
What do I hear off in the distance? Is that your father, Bert?
Oh my God, the mating rituals.
So, yeah, that's why she thinks you're not calling her back.
I mean, kind of. I don't know what to say.
We don't blame you. Yeah. I told her I wouldn't call her back either if I heard that. That has got to scar a person for a while.
Yeah, no, it was probably the most uncomfortable thing that has ever happened to me.
Was it uncomfortable because she kept talking and you wanted to hear more? You're like, shush, I'm listening.
No. Oh, God. I mean, everything stopped on my end pretty quickly, you know.
Oh my God! I just imagine you both like trying to turn the TV up and it's still not helping.
It's never
like,
never
is
enough
there
volume.
anything that can cover the sound that's coming from the parents' bedroom above us?
Oh man!
Yeah. Oh, God.
So that's
He's got like PTSD. Did you hear that?
Why not go out with her again, though? I mean, it's not her fault that her parents can't keep themselves under control. I mean, they're probably like 50 or 60. I mean, at this point, they should never be doing that again, you know? But it's not her fault.
Oh, you sure it's not her fault?
How would it be her fault, man?
I don't know. As soon as it started happening, she started acting real weird.
Like
real weird how?
I don't know. She had this like look on her face, and I don't even know how to explain it. It was like she didn't seem surprised at all that it was happening.
What?
She was probably just mortified.
That's not what I would look like if I were mortified.
So you think that she was enjoying hearing that?
Don't say that.
Maybe a little bit.
Whoa!
Dude, that is a heavy accusation.
Oh my God!
How would she ever be enjoying something like that?
I don't know. She was looking at me, and she was just like, "You want to get back at them?" And
what?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you respond to that. She said that to me, and I don't know what a normal person says in that moment.
She had to have been joking. It had to have been a bad joke at a bad time, trying to make light of a really awful situation.
That's what I was thinking, but she doubled down, and then she kissed me hard right on the mouth. And
you left?
Like,
Jubal, that is so gross. Who can still kiss at a time like that? Who can hear their parents doing it and still kiss anyone?
I don't know. The whole family was in on it. I don't know. I didn't, you know.
Dude, and that's what I'm saying. All kinds of opportunities there that I think you missed, Colin.
No.
Well, Colin, thank you for sharing. I will also tell you that we do have another surprise for you because Brittany is actually on the phone listening and wants to talk to you.
No.
Yeah, and her whole family is too.
What?
They're all there.
That part isn't true.
Are not. Hi, Colin.
Oh, Hi.
I wish you would have talked to me before I called our radio station to try and get you on a date, but I wish you would have talked to me about how you perceived that situation.
How we all just perceived it.
Yeah.
I don't. What else would I think? Like, I'm not going to sit there and
we had a
ask
good date,
you.
right? Like, we had a really good date. Is there any other part of the date that would have made you think I was a crazy person?
No, but like, why would a crazy person like say, "Hi, I'm crazy," and I do things with my parents? Like, that's messed up.
That's gross, first off. But Colin, listen
I
to
agree.
me. Like,
That's
okay,
the whole
you
thing.
said you were talking about the joke I made. I was joking.
Yes.
I thought you got on the date that I really enjoy just saying jokes, and I was trying to break the tension. And I get that it was not a good joke.
Not
and that's
the way
why
to do it.
That's why I repeated it, because I was like, oh, he doesn't get that I'm joking. I'll do it. Like, I'll make it more obvious. Like, oh my God. Like, you weren't. I was like, he's not. Like, surely he'll get that.
But Brittany, you kissed him.
I get it was maybe not my finest moment, but I was panicked. I was trying to diffuse the situation and not make you feel like the horror I was feeling during this.
It's still happening upstairs, though. Like, there's nothing to do but leave. We could have left. You could have done anything. That's not how you handle that situation.
I can't say I'm practiced in the art of that situation. Like, I'm sorry I handled it. What?
You leave. You get out of the situation. That's what normal people do. And now I know how your parents sound during sex. I know what your mom sounds like during sex. I can't meet them ever now.
Yeah, right.
Or you can. You just got to do the sound when you meet her. Like,
So gross.
Man.
It is a good question, Brittany. Why didn't you leave?
It all happened so quickly. And I was like, oh, my God. In my head, I was like, if I leave, like, my parents are going to know that I'm downstairs.
No.
If, like, we were to hook up, like, at least the noise from that would, like, drown out my parents.
Wait,
so you were serious?
She was serious. Brittany, you just admitted it.
No.
I'm just saying, like, that was the benefit if we did that, but I'm joking. Like, I'm a joker. You can't take me seriously.
Yeah, you're the Joker. You're like from Batman. You're insane.
That's crazy. Give me another chance, Colin. Just one more date for me to prove, I'm not crazy. I like to laugh and tell jokes. I am not the person you think in your head.
Brittany, you're literally having to prove that your parents getting it on doesn't do something for you.
Do you know anyone that does something for them?
Well, I didn't until you were on the phone with us, and now I'm not sure.
They're there. They're on the internet somewhere. They're on the dark web, and you can find them there, Brittany, if that really is what you're into. But let's talk to Colin real quick and see if Colin wants to go out with you. Colin, will you go out with Brittany one more time? We'll pay for it.
Well, knowing what her family sounds like and these weird jokes that apparently she likes to make all the time, I'm going to have to go with no.
Oh.
It's just disappointing, Colin. I had so much more planned for our next date.
Yeah, Colin, her family reunion's coming up. You never know what can go down.
That is gross. No, thank you.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 says, that Colin dude's an idiot.
What?
You stay, you smash, and you make sure the dad hears it.
Oh, my God. How many
Brooke
sick
and Jubal
people
in the
are
morning.
there?
There's a lot, because there's a lot of people saying things like that on the text message board. If you missed today's second date update, Brittany wanted to call this dude named Colin. They were hanging out, at dinner and whatever, met up at a bar and all that kind of stuff. And then they went back to her place, and they heard her parents doing it.
Yeah, she lives in the basement.
Yep, and it was disturbing for Colin, so he left. But the thing that was really disturbing was that Brittany was making jokes, like, maybe we should compete with him.
Gross, man.
And he didn't get that it was a joke. Brittany swears it's a joke, but Colin was like, I don't know. I think that there was way more to it than that. And most people are texting in. Dudes mostly are texting in. Like, I would have still done it. Doesn't matter.
Disgusting.
Yeah,
Dude,
well, a lot of us guys have no
I
morals.
came home one time unannounced to my parents' house during college, and I'm going to tell you, I honestly thought about never seeing them again in my life.
Ew, gross.
I left, and I did never want to go back. It's been quite a few years, and I still don't think I can see
That
them.
was the day you moved out.
Dude, seriously, what the hell, man?
I did school all the time, and one time in high school I came home, and my parents must have decided to take a lunch break.
Yeah.
And then I walked out, and I still ditched. I just never went home when I ditched.
Exactly.
So, text in at 78592. Would you still hook up with Brittany even though her parents were doing the same thing upstairs?
Oh, man.
Colin wasn't into it, but a lot of dudes texting in definitely don't have a problem with it. And remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Move at 92.
Now for your second date update. About a year ago, we had two people on the phone for what turned out to be one of the most dramatic second date updates we've ever done. It featured a guy named Andrew and a woman named Kate. If you haven't heard it before, we're about to replay it for you, and afterwards, we'll get a second date update from them to find out what's happened since their call. and where they are at today. So keep listening because that's happening right now.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Today's second date update is a little different from the others because the girl that's on the phone to do a second date update today has actually had 3 dates with the guy that she wants to call.
What?
Oh, that's breaking the rules. I mean, come on.
Normally the rule is 1 date and that's it.
Yeah.
Not 3 dates because that's kind of more of a relationship type
Yeah.
thing. And that's not a second date update. That'd be a 4th date update. But I went ahead and I talked to the girl and she offered me $1,000 cash if we would do the second date update for her anyway. And you know what? Rules are meant to be broken sometimes. So, Kate, you will have my PayPal request in just a little while, okay?
Yes, I'll get it right
All right.
after you.
You didn't know this second date update was going to cost you $1,000, did you, Kate?
Well, I didn't, but I mean, I hope it's worth it. I swear, when you hear the story, you're going to understand why.
Okay, so your email said that you've been out on 3 dates with this guy, and now he's just stopped calling you. Tell us a little bit about him.
Okay, so his name is Andrew.
Uh-huh.
It sounds really cheesy, but we were doing like a volunteer charity event, and we met there, and we were working together, so we just had a lot of time, to like hang out and talk and stuff. And, we had a connection, and he asked me out on a date, and since then, it's just kind of been like a whirlwind, you know what I mean?
Like you're super into him and you see this going into like relationship status?
Yeah, I mean, obviously not like right now at this moment because I'm calling you for a reason, but no, it was definitely like I felt like it was headed in that direction, yeah.
What did you guys do for your date? Dates plural.
So my first date, it was actually really romantic. We went on one of those dinner cruises, which I probably would have hated if it was someone that I turned out not to be attracted to. But we had so much fun, Like if I needed to be trapped on a boat with anyone, that would be the person that I would want to be trapped on a boat.
That's actually a good idea for guys to take girls on a dinner cruise date for the first date because there's nowhere to go.
Yeah. But
I didn't even think about that.
It does say that he was like really into you because if a guy is going to devote that much time and energy into a first date, he's obviously wanting to impress you.
Yeah.
Screw time and energy, just cash. That's not a cheap date at all. Okay, so you went on a dinner cruise. That's cool. What'd you do for your other dates?
Yeah. The next date, we went on one of those like wine and tasting events at a bar, which was, like super casual, and it was fun because there were other people there, and so we got to sort of like spend more time in a group of people and see what that dynamic is like, and it was really fun. And then my third one was so sweet because I was really stressed out at work, and I think I had mentioned it like a couple times in conversation, and so he booked us a couples massage.
What? That's like relationship status stuff.
Yeah. So we definitely like took our relationship to the next level after that, and I'm like starting to feel emotionally connected to him and putting in, feelings and effort and time. And since then, it has been complete radio silence.
That's weird.
That is totally weird.
To put that much effort into all those dates.
I know.
And by effort, you still mean money, don't you?
Pretty much. But I mean, you don't buy somebody a couples massage if you don't care about them.
Absolutely.
No, I mean, I wouldn't spend that much money, and I just can't believe he's like spent that much money for just a hookup.
Right.
Like, that seems like a lot of work.
That was the first night you guys hooked up after the couples massage?
Yeah.
So he stopped calling you after the first night that you hooked up?
Yes, I know.
Oh.
And it's like textbook. I know, but the lead up is so confusing because it's, everyone's been in the hookup situation before, whether they like intended to or not. You know what I mean? And it usually doesn't have that much buildup. Usually someone doesn't put in that much time and effort and then go completely off the grid.
It sounds like he was doing all that just to get in your pants,
No,
if I'm
it
being
doesn't.
honest. Well, it does if he's doing all those.
Seriously, would you do that much?
I wouldn't know, but a lot of guys would. I mean, if he's putting in all that effort and then stops calling you the moment that you guys hook up, sounds like that's all he wanted.
Yeah.
I don't know. I also, like, in my head, I'm kind of like wondering, was he like just getting out of a relationship and did he fix things? Did he go back to someone? And like all of it is totally like, if that were the case, life happens. Some kind of answer, just some kind of conversation telling me what happened.
That's where my mind goes to. I think, did you stay the night at his house?
Yeah.
What was it like in the morning?
It was really nice. It wasn't like hookup. You know what I mean? It's when it's a hookup. You're a woman. You know, like you've been there. You know.
No, most women don't know when it's a hookup. I'll tell you that much.
I totally disagree with that. No,
I disagree too. With
No,
that too.
most don't know. That's why there's clingy women who will text you after and think that they're in a relationship when they're not. It happens all the time. I'm sorry.
I think she's right. I think the majority of women know when a hookup is just a hookup.
I completely agree.
Okay, well, maybe the guy's a player and he's really good at it and you don't know.
If that's what he's doing, he's really good.
So I'm sure you've thought about it a ton then. If you don't think it's just a hookup thing and he was just kind of using you, then what do you think it is?
I'm trying to think of anything at this point. I mean, that's why I need your help.
I'm really interested to see why he would stop calling you after all those elaborate dates.
And leaving his house, that was the last time you've talked to him.
No, there've been like texts, like little texts, like, I've been busy. Like, oh, you're just suddenly so busy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's like scheduling cruises and massages, and then all of a sudden his schedule just got so packed. All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Kate?
Yeah?
Seriously? I can't even believe that you want to call this dog back. Like, seriously, girl, you need to move on to greener pastures, okay? Because he totally used you, and now he's not calling you back, and I wouldn't even give him the time of day. You should not be doing a second date update. You need to move the along, all right? Snap out of it, girlfriend. Let's you and I go get some Cosmos and talk about this.
In your mind, this is how female conversations go, isn't it?
That was my conversation with Kate about moving on. Kate, are you about ready to call Andrew for your second date update?
Well, after that, I'm feeling really inspired.
Yeah, I bet. Empowered even, I'm sure.
The reason that I said that is Kate actually wants to call a guy that she has gone out on 3 dates with. They've all been pretty elaborate. The last one was a couple's massage. There was like a dinner cruise and stuff in there. Anyway, after they hooked up, after the third date, he stopped calling her. Hasn't responded to anything. So my first thought is that he just used her and just wanted to hook up with her, and now he's not calling her at all. That's why he's a dog, girl. Kate, what if that is the reason? Are you just going to let him have it?
I'm going to be really pissed.
Yeah.
I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can get him on the phone, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm dialing the phone number.
Oh, my God.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for Andrew.
Yeah, this is he.
Andrew, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
I'm calling you because we recently got an email about you from one of our listeners.
I didn't submit for any contests or anything, guys.
Yeah, no, I know. This is not about a contest, actually. I just need a few minutes of your time.
In regards to...
In regards to a date that you went on. Actually, a few dates that you went on.
What?
Yeah, we do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. You recently took a girl named Kate out. She told us a little bit about your dates. They were all very elaborate and very romantic, but now you're not calling her back and she's very confused.
I'm not sure what to say.
Well, you could start by telling us why you would blow her off after 3 dates.
It's not as simple as that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not trying to sound confrontational with you. I just want to know what happened, and more than anything, she wants to know what happened because you guys went out on so many dates, and she said that they were all pretty romantic, and you seem like you guys really liked each other.
Yeah. It's just a weird situation. It's been in my head, and I'm just trying to figure this stuff out.
Does that mean that you are actually maybe in a relationship with somebody else?
No, certainly not. No.
Okay.
I wish it was that simple. It's more complicated than that.
Let me ask you a question, just an easy question to answer. Did you like Kate?
Yes, very much. Very much.
So you did?
I did and still do.
Okay, so you still do? Well, then why not offer her the respect of letting her know why you're not calling her back?
Well, I accepted a job offer in Germany that I couldn't turn it down.
You what?
I leave in a couple of weeks, actually, for Germany.
Whoa.
And that's why you're not calling her back?
Well, I feel strongly for her. I just don't know how to tell her, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what to say to her. I just figured the easiest thing would be just to, disappear, fade away.
What are you talking about? Disappear? That's like the coward way out. You owe it to her to talk to her about what's going on.
Like I said, this is not an easy situation.
I'm struggling as far as how to deal with this and what to do.
Why are you struggling so much with? I mean, you guys have been out on 3 dates. It's not like you've been dating for months and months and months and you're leaving.
Yeah.
Why not just call her and say, hey, I'm moving. Sorry, we can't see each other anymore.
You know, I mean, I really like her a lot, but
Okay.
So you see a future with her. If you were going to stay here and Germany wasn't in the picture, there's no question in your mind that you guys would continue this?
if I was going to stay here, definitely. No question in my mind. Wow. But now that the reality is Germany, there's just no chance of that because, you know, I'm moving.
You guys could maybe try a long distance thing.
That's not fair of me to ask her to do something like that. You know, she's super sweet. She's gorgeous. That's not
Yeah,
fair.
but how do you know? You don't know. I mean, you're putting your feelings on her. Like, you don't know how she would react to that.
Actually, I am putting her needs first. She doesn't deserve to be in a long-distance relationship like that with someone. She deserves someone who's going to be there with her, contributing to her life. I'm putting her needs way above mine. You know,
man.
I just don't know what to say.
It sounds like you really like her a lot.
Yeah, I do.
Man, that sucks. Like, honestly, if I were in your position, that would be hard.
Yeah.
To meet somebody that you're, I mean, I guess it sounds like you're falling for, and then you're like, man, now I got to move.
Jeez.
Yeah, it sucks.
But some consolation, German chicks can be kind of hot.
Okay, Jubal, that's not where we're going with
Andy's gonna be
this.
making more money, obviously.
Can I ask one question, though? Did you know that you were going to Germany before that last couples massage slept together night?
No. In fact, this is from a previous situation I had that developed over the course of 3 or 4 months. So I thought that the opportunity had kind of fizzled out, but it turns out it was just taking a little bit more time, and then they made me an offer. I had to jump on this.
Wow.
You know, I'm just really excited about this Germany thing. It's the dream job I've always wanted. But at that same time, you know, I feel like I could be missing out and not being able to share something like that with someone like her.
Well, then why not just talk to her about it?
I agree.
I know it's early on in your relationship, but why not just talk to her?
Man, easier said than done, guys.
Not really, because she's actually on the line listening.
Excuse me?
I said she's on the other line and listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
So there's that.
Kate's on the phone.
Yes, she is.
Yeah. Hi. I don't really know what to say. This is a lot.
You've been on the phone the whole time?
The whole time.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I stopped calling you. It was the only way that I saw to handle this.
It's okay. I don't really know what I would have done in this situation either. I wish you would have told me.
But what
you didn't
should
even
I have said?
mention
You know,
that
that's
you
the thing.
applied. I know. I didn't even know that you even applied. You know, you didn't even, that wasn't mentioned. Just in regular conversation. You know what I mean? So it's really out of left field.
Well, I honestly thought that prospect had kind of just fizzled out long before I even met you. So it just kind of popped out of nowhere again.
It just really sucks because I have strong feelings for you.
I have strong feelings for you too. It's just not fair for you. It's not fair for us. You know, life is just not on our side, it seems.
Well, Andrew, maybe life is on your side, and that's why you guys are being connected in a second date update to talk about it.
I guess. I mean, I think about you every day, and I want, the long-distance relationship is really, really hard, and it's not fair of me to even imply something like that, or even ask that. It's only been 3 dates, but, you know, I can't stop thinking about you, so my heart says something, and my mind says something different, you know?
Kate, I mean, I'm just going to ask for you. Would you do a long-distance relationship? I don't know. I mean, somebody's got to step in and ask her what her opinion is on that whole matter.
I don't know. I don't know because it's not really being put on the table. It's not like a real question, so I don't know. It's so soon and it's so new. And in general, would I do a long distance relationship? Like in general in life, would I consider it? Well, yeah, I would, but it's not really what's being asked right now.
Well, the simple fact of the matter is, you know, long distance relationships suck. You know, I mean, this is really hard. I mean, my heart says something and my mind says something different. You know, I'm thinking that I just need to sever this, cut this off, but I can't stop thinking about you. So I'm feeling like I need to ask you to go with me, you know? I know that's crazy. I shouldn't have even said that. I'm sorry. I should not have even gone that. I feel like I just feel like I'm falling for you. You know?
You don't want me to go with? I mean, we've been on 3 dates. We can't. That's not like a real. That's not a real question.
Well, I don't want to put words in your mouth, Andrew, but I don't think you were actually asking her to go with you. I think you were saying that's the way you feel.
You know, I'm just not sure at this point. This phone call is really. It's even more confusing now. It seems like, but.
Dude, it sounds like to me that if she would say yes, that is exactly what you're asking.
I wouldn't want to ask her that. You know, that's just a huge bombshell to drop on somebody. You know, it's a lot of pressure to put on her.
Let's play a game, Andrew. Let's put this relationship 7 months down the road. If you guys have been dating for 7 months, would you ask her to go with you to Germany?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, I just got
Kate, what do you think about that?
If you were dating 7 months, would you go?
This is like all like a hypothetical situation. I mean, if we had been dating in the same way that it's been, if we just continued down the same path that we started, I don't see why I wouldn't consider it.
But you guys have a couple weeks or whatever till you leave. I mean, you could bond. You could spend every day together. You could see how it goes up until then. And then maybe in 6 months, she could come join you.
You got it all figured out, Brooke.
Yeah, she does. She's so excited.
You know, this whole thing is just crazy, you know? So let's just step back and let Kate process this.
Well, how about you guys process together? Would you like to go out on a fourth date with Kate? We will pay for you guys to go out again at least before you leave.
Yeah, talk about it.
Kate, do you want to go?
I mean, yes, of course.
Yes.
All right, well,
Oh,
keep us
so cute.
keep us updated on what happens.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We'll try.
All right, and until you leave, Andrew, I want you guys to process as much as possible.
Okay.
Just keep processing
Every night.
every night until you leave, okay?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
What you just heard was a second date update with Kate and Andrew from over a year ago. And now they're back on the phone for a second date update.
I'm so excited.
You guys, welcome back to the show.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
No problem.
Hey.
So you guys had a lot of options on the table and a lot to process at the end of that phone call. I know it was about a year ago now, but what did you guys decide to do?
We decided to hang out as much as we could up until the last second. I think we had 3 more dates. And they were really great. It was awesome, but it felt like way too much to kind of move to Germany after a month of dating.
Okay, so you didn't move to Germany with him after just 3 more dates.
No, I did not. No.
Yeah. That's probably a wise decision.
So what did you guys decide to do? Just call it quits altogether?
Yeah, that's the update. They're just over.
Yeah.
They haven't talked to each other for a year.
Yeah. We text once in a while, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you know, I mean, it was a bit too much for her to join me in Germany, so we decided we would try it out. You know, try the long distance thing if we could, and
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
we decided. You know, we would meet as often as possible, but it was challenging for sure.
So how long did you guys go after you left for Germany without seeing each other?
It was like 4 weeks from when I left to when I saw her again, almost a month.
Okay, and what was that like the first time you guys saw each other after not seeing each other for a month?
Oh, it was great. It was great. I was so excited to see her.
Good.
I didn't want to let her out of my sight, so
Okay. And then obviously you had to go back to Germany, though.
yeah.
So yeah, you let her out of your sight.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, Jubal.
So has the long distance thing been hard?
I mean, it's exciting when you see each other again, but the time in between it's almost impossible.
Did you guys Skype a lot?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
guys.
All right.
Or you go there.
Thank you, Skype. Oh my God.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. So did you feel like your relationship grew, or did you just grow apart?
You know, it was really complicated, and then it just started to feel weird. You know, and like I don't know what it was, but it just wasn't working. Not being able to see each other, not to build that foundation, just made it really, you know, a trial after trial.
You're ruining my romantic comedy in my head.
You know, there's just all those day-to-day things that you want to share with someone. And, you know, we try to fill each other in, but sometimes you only have a few minutes, or I'd only have a few minutes. So we always kind of felt shortchanged, you know?
Yeah, that'd be hard to date somebody who's halfway around the world.
Yeah, every time we were Skyping, either one person was in the middle of the night, it was hard to get caught up on sleep, or vice versa, you know, so it was just hard.
Not to mention, like, filling him in on day-to-day life. Like, oh, you know, my friend Sarah. You're like, actually, I don't, because we went on 4 dates before I moved to Germany, so I don't know any of your friends.
Right.
Yeah.
So, well, at least you guys can still stay friends then. I mean, it sounds like you're cool with each other.
Well, Well, you don't know the whole story.
What?
There's more to the story than that.
There is. In fact, I moved back to be with Kate.
What?
Oh.
You
Yeah.
Wait, you quit Deutschland for Kate?
I quit the dream job for the dream life with her.
Wow.
Wait, so wait, you are still in love with each other?
I would hope so. We live together.
Oh,
You live together?
well, you just drop that on us like that, huh?
So you left to Germany. You guys dated for a little while, long distance. Then you quit your job and moved back, and now you guys are living together.
I wasn't able to sleep. I was just thinking about her all the time. It just wasn't working for me. I had to, it wasn't out of fear. It was more along the lines of I wanted to be even more happier than I was with my dream job, and that means to be with Kate. And I'm very happy.
And plus, the food in Germany is terrible. So really, so much sausage and kraut before you have to head back home.
Exactly.
Kate, were you worried about him choosing you over his career? Like you could be a regret at some point?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of pressure. I feel like I was sort of playing the devil's advocate and trying to tell him that he didn't have to do that. And I would just ask him, are you sure you want to come back? And his answer was always yes.
Wow. All right. And it sounds like you did it. Well, congratulations. I wasn't expecting that. It sounded like you guys broke up.
I know.
We saved that to the last minute, Andrew.
Yeah, you want to keep you in suspense a little bit.
Okay.
So,
Wait.
hey, I had to wait 6 months, man. You can wait like 5 minutes, right?
Moving 92.5.
It doesn't feel good when you know somebody just lied to you.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it never does.
Like, for example, I had a listener tell me just the other day, wow, Jeff, your song was so great.
Bro, your songs are great. Come on.
You're keeping it going. No, I get it. You hate me. What are you going to tell me next? Brooke's nice? One of our listeners, sure. One of our listeners, Ryan, says his date lied right to his face when they met up, and he does not understand why. So he's on this right now. Ryan, how's it going, man?
Hey, how you doing?
I can't figure out why you're calling us for a second date if this person lied to you right away on your first date.
Yeah, let's find out what happened. But first, tell us about the girl that you met up with. What's her name?
Yeah, her name is Lena. She seemed great. She's a realtor. I met her during an open house that she was showing.
Oh,
okay.
That's cool. Were you shopping or just shopping for hot realtors around?
No. I'm looking to buy a house, and so it was a nice. I'm not going to take it, but she was cute.
Oh,
And,
that's genius. I never thought about it, but if you meet women while you're buying houses, they think you have tons of money.
Well, if they're realtors, they're actually going to get your background and all of your banking information at some point.
Nice try, Jose. I see where that was
Sorry
Okay.
to interrupt you, man.
So how did you, what type of game did you try and play on Lena there?
No game. We just started chatting, and we kind of hit it off. We just kind of clicked. There was something nice. And
Oh, the rare, just honest, play it straight game. We don't hear about that a lot.
That's what he's calling us.
It's not a game.
Oh, okay.
Jeffrey. Yeah.
I'm going to write that one down.
Yeah, I don't know
Pretty
how
over the
that
top.
worked out for you, but it's great that it did. So what did you and Lena end up doing for a date?
anyway, I emailed her, right? Because I had her email because of the open house and everything. So, and I said, I'd love to just get to know you more. This isn't about work. I'm not interested in the house. Just came out and flat out said it, right?
Okay. Yeah, that's
and
great.
she said, yeah. I think that'd be great.
Nice.
So it felt like a date going in. Like it seemed pretty clear that she wasn't just trying to get another client.
Exactly. Yes. I mean,
Okay.
we did talk about work and everything like that. I'm an audiobook narrator. She's a realtor. So we talked about our jobs and what we're doing right now.
Cool.
Oh,
But
okay.
that was just a part of it, right? It was a coffee and it was nice, but it only lasted for about 20 to 25 minutes. It was pretty short. She gave an abrupt ending to it all. She looked at her watch and she said, "Oh no, I've got a client meeting."
Okay.
And she did the quick hug goodbye and she left.
Oh, you don't believe her? You think she was lying about the client meeting?
So here's the catch. I know this is weird, but check it out. I also left because I was like, why am I here? You know?
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. If she's leaving, you would probably end up leaving too.
I'm going to sit in the coffee shop for another half hour.
So I saw her walking down the street. I was a little bit behind her, and she went into the container store that was right down the street. That was like, it had all of the, organizational tools for a closet and whatnot.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just saw her go on into the client, and I was like, that's a weird place to meet a client in a container store. And so she just stayed there for like 30 minutes, just like browsing.
Wait. Where did you stay for that 30 minutes? Because that seems weird.
I was on a park bench across the street.
Oh, you're scoping it out. It's like a private investigator.
I would do the same thing.
She's a realtor. Maybe she had to get like some sort of something for staging a house or, like there could be a very plausible reason.
Great. Why lie about a client meeting then?
Because maybe she honestly had to go get this stuff.
Here's the question. Did she actually buy anything from the store?
No, she didn't. She browsed for 30 minutes and then just left.
Interesting.
Did she talk to anybody while she was in the store?
Well, I don't know.
You bugged her. What
Did you
she
go
say?
into the store?
I did not go into the store. No, I didn't.
Oh,
Okay.
that's where you draw the line in watching people. I see.
Even stalkers have to have their limits.
Yeah.
So what happened? I mean, why exactly are you calling for our help right now? Are you still interested in trying to get another date with Lena?
No, I really would like to see what her excuse is.
You just want to call her out.
I want to call her out on the radio.
Even if she said, bro, what if she's like, oh my God, he was so great and I actually can't wait to see him again. What's your reaction going to be to that?
I don't believe it. Then why did you lie to me, though?
Is this just like a lot of bad dates all piling up and you finally cracked? Is that what this is?
No, this is me just being like, look, be yourself. Be unadulteratedly yourself all the time.
And it's you standing up for yourself, bro. I think you're standing up for your own morals,
I don't
right?
think she did anything wrong. Like, you still don't know. Like, it's just easier to say client meeting than it is to say, well, we're staging this home and I need organizational tools for the junk drawer. So I need to
get
go,
that. But a 20-minute date is so short.
It is short.
To cut it short like that.
Let's take a poll around the room. Who believes Lena was telling the truth that she actually had to meet a client?
No.
No from Alexis?
Can I vote that I don't think it matters? Like, I don't think...
Way to take the safe answer, Brooke.
I just don't think it matters. But I think she could absolutely, possibly be telling the truth.
Okay.
Absolutely,
Jose?
possibly.
She's a liar. Like all women.
Oh, come
all
on.
of them,
All
Jeff.
right, another burned,
You
scorned
guys say you
man.
love us and you never do. You hear me?
Okay.
See, look at that.
So
What's your vote, Jeff?
I think she was telling the truth.
Okay, so
Really?
we got two for her, two against.
Yeah. So I don't. Is there anything that happened during the coffee date that could have happened that would have made her want to leave early?
Yeah.
Good question.
Oh, yeah.
I've been racking my brain about that, and I can't think of it.
Okay, you didn't yell at a barista or anything.
No.
Okay. Well, we're gonna try and do some investigating here. We'll get to the bottom of
It's like
this.
we're going to be sitting on a park bench.
I know. We'll play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Lena for you, and we'll figure out whether she lied or whether she told the truth. We're gonna do it right after this in your second date.
Thank you.
Hold on. It's Brooke and Jeffrey and the mysterious case of the Container Store Confession. Ryan's date, after 20 minutes, said she had to go to meet up with a client. But after he followed her, he saw her go into a container store, quote, casually browsing.
Yeah.
Which, might I add, Brooke, doesn't sound very urgent, like she said it was.
Or very fun.
Yeah.
And so now I'm kind of back on the fence here. At first
Are
I said
you?
I believed Ryan's date actually had a meeting. Now, not so sure anymore. I'm waffling here.
There you go. Come
I'm
to
just
the,
having a
come to the
hard
side.
time siding with a dude who sat outside for 30 minutes and watched a lady from a park bench.
Should have
Yeah.
stopped and siding with the dude, bro.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, it's true. I mean, whatever happens, this is definitely going to be interesting. And Ryan, you say that you're an audiobook narrator. Once this mystery is solved, would you mind narrating it for the show?
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
There you go.
I cannot wait. It's going to be a New York Times bestseller.
We're going to have a book.
Here's my question, because you're all about the truth, right? You want every last detail of the truth. And so does that mean when we get her on the phone, we can tell her that you sat outside on a park bench and watched her while she shopped?
Yeah, you know what? Fine. That's fine.
That's fine.
Okay.
Again, like, I'm not interested in getting a second date.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't blow it here.
You just want honesty.
Yeah.
Okay.
That important
But we
to
need
you.
to be careful here because even though we're on an investigative mission, we can't come in too hot. Like, get her on the phone and be like, tell us what you did.
Yeah.
We need to find out what her story is. And then after we grease the wheels, then we can bring out the heavy interrogation tactics.
I wish, get out a big hot
Okay.
light and put it in
Yeah,
her face.
act
All
like
right.
you know what you're talking about. Jeff.
Detective DeBoe is on the case.
That's right. All right. Ryan, you ready to do this, man?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay. I'm going to dial her number right now. We're going to solve this mystery. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Lena?
This is she.
Hi, Lena. My name's Jeff. I work on the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning. I was hoping you have a second to talk with us.
Sure. What is this regarding?
This is regarding a date that you went on not too long ago with a guy named Ryan.
Oh, what is this about?
This is a segment that we do on our show called a second date. It's where if you go out with someone and afterwards, if that person isn't calling you back, you can email our show and we'll help you figure out the reason why.
Oh, okay. All right.
Ryan, we've spoke to him a little bit before. He told us about your date and he's a little bit confused about how everything ended. So we're hoping to get your perspective on what happened. Would you mind telling us about it?
Yeah, I mean, we went and got coffee and that was that.
Yeah, he told us that. He said it didn't last very long. It was like 20 minutes or something, and then you kind of bailed quickly at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't really realize what time it was and I needed to run, so like I needed to wrap things up.
Aha! You didn't need to run because he watched you.
Okay, hold on.
What?
Sorry. I thought he said we could.
Lena, this is going to feel a little awkward here, but and I don't think Ryan meant to do this on purpose, but after you guys left for coffee, he said he left as well and ended up going in the same direction as you down the street, and he saw you go into a container store.
Wait a second. So was he like stalking me?
It feels like that.
I don't think he meant to do it on purpose, but
What?
he did see that happen.
How could you not do that on purpose? Walk and follow me.
Well, you can both be going in the same direction
There's
after
only
you leave.
4. Northwest, southeast. He just picked the right one.
So, Lena, we're just trying to figure out on Ryan's behalf, did you really have a client meeting in the store like you told Ryan you did?
Wow. So he follows me and I have to now account for my actions and
See, Jeffrey? Yeah. See?
We're just trying
Listen.
Ryan just wants to know if that was the truth or if he did something wrong that made you just want to get out of the date.
I just think you need to be blunt with him and just tell us why. Why didn't you want to see him again? Because he really honestly has no idea.
he has no idea at all. None at all.
Well, he's just confused because, you said, I really have to go. You looked at your watch even and you're like, this is urgent. And then you casually browsed around afterward. And so he feels like he was lied to.
What do you mean casually? How did he know that wait.
Guys.
Because he was on a park bench watching you the entire time. It's really weird.
Okay, can you just tell us what you were doing?
So he's a psycho.
Look,
you can understand. You can understand. Dating is hard right now. He feels like he's being lied to. It's his last straw. He's not. He's not trying to attack you or anything. He just wants to know the truth. He's just exhausted from this whole process.
Yeah, we're not
Did
trying
he
to
tell you everything that happened through the coffee conversation?
Well, he said it didn't last very long and
He
he
didn't
didn't
tell
have much of a chance to talk with you.
Okay, so I don't know if he told you this, but he's a narrator for audiobooks. Yeah, okay.
Right.
So he takes out an MP3 player and he hands me like one of his headsets and says, here, you need to listen to this. And I'm like, okay, so I put it in. I'm already kind of weirded out because it was been in his ear and I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But just to be nice, I listened and he's actually kind of talented. But when we were done, I'm trying to just put on a face because I'm like, I don't know what he expects from me. And then he's like, did you hear how I said the word exploratory? And I'm like, what? And he's like, very powerful, huh? And just starts going on about himself. And at this point, I'm a little kind of taken aback because he just seems extremely obsessed with himself.
So he made you listen to his voice on an audio recording and then had you review his performance of it.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes. And like, I'm sorry, but I felt extremely uncomfortable the minute he asked me to put that thing in my ear. And then like, I don't know. I felt like the only thing I could do was just be like, hey, I need to go. I mean, I did have a showing later that day, but
Yeah, I'd lie too in that situation.
It was
What?
an excuse.
Because a guy's proud of his work and just wants to show you what he does.
It's
for a living?
annoying.
It was a little much on the first date.
Well, I hate to make this worse for him, but I need to let you know that Ryan's been listening quietly on the other line this entire time, and he wants to talk to you.
he hasn't.
Yeah.
Stop. Oh my God.
Ryan, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Uh-oh.
How do you feel?
I got to tell you, I kind of love it. Like, I know that's somewhat like weird and masochistic of me, but like, I kind of need a harsh tone when it comes to that stuff. Because I do. I'm proud of my work, and I might go a little overboard being like self-congratulatory, and I see how from the outside it can seem obsessed with myself.
It is a little bit weird asking her to review it in front of you right after you listen, like,
Yeah.
ooh, wasn't that wonderful?
I see how that can be. And so, you know what? I'll work on that. I really will.
That's reasonable.
Usually people don't react like this.
I know.
I don't know what to do.
I mean, listen to that, Lena. Like, he understands the flaws that he made. Like, does that change the way you look at him?
I mean, the way he responded, I was surprised.
And don't you think it's really impressive the way that I've handled this situation, wouldn't you say? Just making everything so nice between you guys. I mean, that makes me a pretty good radio host, wouldn't you think?
Can we leave a review on you right now, Jeff?
And just listen to my voice, how strong and powerful it is. I mean, I would definitely listen to myself, wouldn't you guys?
Couldn't you say exploratory for me, please?
Exploratory.
Just don't show it.
Ultimately, Lena, like what I like to say is I love taking notes, okay? Like I like to be able to take direction, and I like to be able to do what you want. So like if it comes off too much sometimes, which I do come off.
Yeah, are we ignoring the 30-minute bench watch thing? Okay.
Yeah, we are. Okay. Let's just ask Lena. I mean, I didn't expect that we were going to even do this, but Lena, would you like to go out with Ryan one more time? And we'll pay for it, and he won't make you listen to any of his work.
I'm rooting for this, Lena, because it's like logic and reason have finally maybe prevailed.
You switch teams, Brooke.
I mean, as long as he can work on his boundaries, the whole following me thing too. But Ryan, I guess I'd be up for it.
Okay, so that's a yes from Lena. Ryan, what do you think? Are you still cool with this?
No. Ultimately, she lied to me. She lied to me. Like she simply said like she had to go to a client meeting, and we clearly saw that wasn't true. I can't deal with a liar.
That's just like good graces. It's just good etiquette, okay? What is she supposed to say? You are incredibly
No.
self-absorbed. I need to leave?
A lie does not equal etiquette.
Okay, a lot of women have probably lied to you. I'm just going to tell you that.
Yeah, women lie a lot,
It's interesting that she gave you grace for your mistake, and you're not giving her any grace.
Thank you.
That is kind of the irony.
This is probably why he's still single.
Yeah.
So
probably.
it makes sense to me now.
Ryan?
I've got boundaries, and I can't take a liar. I can't.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Dating's gonna be rough, Ryan.
What is going on?
All right, so that didn't work out, but Ryan, do we still have a deal here? Will you narrate this for us?
Yeah, sure. If you want like a self-absorbed person narrating his own story, sure, why not?
Okay.
All right, I think we have the right guy.
So he admits it.
Wouldn't it be cool if on first dates, instead of picking where to go,
Mm-hmm.
you could choose when?
What?
Like if you could take your date back to 16th century France.
Oh, you mean not like Friday at 6? You're talking about actual time travel.
Yeah. Go back to France in the 16th century, watch an archery competition together,
Oh, or maybe-
sip some mead by a raging fire while they burn a witch at the stake.
Oh, I was gonna go with the beheading. So lot to choose from during that area.
My goodness.
It's the romantic period,
Uh-huh.
as I hear. And one of our listeners says they kind of took a trip back into time for their first date. I'm curious what that means, but let's talk to Samantha. Samantha, welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you guys?
Ooh, I can't wait to hear what time period you went back to.
Yeah. But first, tell us about the guy that you time traveled with. What's his name?
His name is Eric.
Okay.
You're laughing.
Eric the Great?
Yes.
Or
Still laughing.
I don't know. He might be Eric the Surf.
The surf,
Surf,
like
like
a
serfdom.
servant back in the.
Did not know they use that.
I didn't know that either.
SERF,
Yeah.
anyone?
It's
No.
on a fiefdom.
Okay.
Okay.
What?
All right.
You
Yeah.
guys are so smart.
Why do you know this?
Brooke and Jeffrey.
They're
that's why you
older.
guys are the
They're
leads.
older husbands.
Yeah, that's true.
We're around for that. Let's tell us more about Eric. Where did you meet?
We met actually on a dating app.
Okay.
Okay.
Not so old.
Yeah, so that is current. That's modern.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally modern, and he had a lot of photos on his app. And guys, I'm going to tell you, you got to put a lot of photos because Eric had just the nicest smile and the kindest eyes, and I was just
Oh, like his profile.
Yeah. Yeah, why she was attracted to him. That's sweet. How did it turn out in real life? Did
Okay, so it took us a few weeks to kind of connect because we're both really busy.
Okay.
So we kind of got to know each other online. But here's our date. We went to a Beatles tribute band concert.
That sounds dope.
Now, is this like late 60s Beatles or are we talking 50s,
Yeah.
These guys were amazing. They did the whole thing. They started out as like the early Beatles, like Ed Sullivan Show kind of thing, and they kind of went through, and then they got their Sgt. Pepper outfits on.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Oh, Yellow Submarine.
George Harrison just suddenly disappeared off the stage at one point.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, I mean, how realistic did they get?
Oh, come on. They just start doing, more and more drugs as the show
Yeah.
goes on,
Yeah.
is what happens.
hits and
At the beginning of the concert, they were sober.
I mean, that sounds like it was pretty fun. Did you and Eric have a good time with that?
I thought we did. I mean, he was into it, and we were having a great time. I mean, there were a mix of people there, I do have to say. I mean, there were a lot of seniors going, when I actually went to a Beatles concert, I'm like, I'm not. I wasn't even born at that point, but
I would imagine the entire crowd was pretty silver-haired.
Yeah.
Like that's not something you're going to with young people.
Or a confused Gen Zer who's like, dude, this new band, the Beatles, they sound awesome.
I've done that before in a place. I got an autograph from like a tribute band.
Oh my God.
You guys are gonna make it.
Yeah.
Okay, so did the tribute band get the romantic feelings going?
Well, I don't know about romantic feelings, but we had a really great time. I mean, we were jumping around and screaming and everything,
Okay, so you had fun.
Concert, nice. It was lit.
Yeah, but that's a great way to spend a first date.
Of course. It's a good vibe. At least you're having a good time.
Okay.
Positive.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. We were really close to the stage, which was awesome. But at one point, one of the guys in the band actually brought me up on stage during Twist and Shout and, had me dance with them on the stage. And I don't know if that made Eric jealous.
Because you twerk and shouted, didn't you?
It wasn't twerk and shout, no.
Okay.
That would be weird to make somebody jealous. I mean,
I
feel
know.
like if anything, that'd be a red flag for you against him, not the other way around.
I can see a guy getting jealous. Like, that's my
Well,
girl.
he should be
I'm trying to impress
It's
her.
part of the performance.
Yeah, but a tribute band guy, he's going to ask her to come backstage and all that crap.
Well, at least she's wanted.
Yeah.
I
I think,
guess.
and the members of this band have to be like in
Yeah, how old are these
AARP
people?
as well.
Which is even more reason for him to be like, finally, come back to my green room, lady.
Did they hit on you? Did you feel like there was ulterior motives there?
No, I didn't feel anything like that, but that's the only thing I can think of that it might have done something that he wouldn't contact me. But, I mean, he drove me home, and we hugged before he left, and I said, hey, let's do lunch sometime, and he said, sure.
Oh.
And ever since then, I've been, texting him and trying to nail down a time, and he's being really vague, and I just don't know why.
Maybe he met a silver-haired fox while you were on stage.
Sugar mama.
Maybe. So the only thing that you can think went wrong is when you got pulled up on stage as part of the tribute band's performance. There was no other weird moments?
I don't know if that's something that went wrong, but that's the only thing I can think of that would be different from us just going and having a good time.
Let's help you figure this out. We're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Eric for you, and we'll try and get you your second date, okay?
Thank you.
Awesome. If you're hearing this music wondering what's going on, don't worry. You're not listening to the wrong radio station. Oh, well, you might be.
Yeah. But stay here anyway, please. Stay
But
here.
if you're thinking it's supposed to be entertaining. But the reason I'm playing Beatles music right now is because that's where one of our listeners' dates happened. It was at a concert for a Beatles tribute band. And Samantha, doesn't hearing this bring you back to a week ago when times were much happier? You're doing the hand jive together with Eric?
It does. We had an awesome time, and I just thought it was completely romantic, the whole thing, but maybe he didn't.
Yeah, well, he's not calling you back, so I think you may be right.
You
It's a
could have
bad sign.
twist and shouted too loud.
Yeah. I never asked, was the Beatles thing your idea or his idea?
It was my idea. I actually have been a Beatle fan my whole life.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was his idea.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, it was my idea. Here's the funny thing, though. I actually learned to read by following along with the lyrics on the back of Beatles albums. So
That's cool.
They didn't just teach you in school?
I think the question is, are you sure you're under the age of 55?
Yeah.
I am. I promise you that I am. It's just my parents were really into them, and that's like all I heard.
Yeah, right.
That's how I heard him, yeah.
So, I mean, by the time I was 3, I knew all the songs and all that stuff. So
Okay.
I hope you didn't fanboy too hard.
Yeah.
Fangirl, I mean. While you
That's
were out
possible. You did mention you thought the one maybe weird part of it was when they brought you up on stage during part of the performance, and you were worried maybe Eric got jealous of that.
yeah, and I was having a fabulous time with the band members doing twist and shout dance and all that, and he smiled and he seemed to be having a good time, but I don't know, maybe he was jealous of that.
Yeah, and come on. Obviously, you're going to be the one they pull up on stage. All the other ladies would not be able to take those stairs with their hips.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well let's do this. We're gonna dial Eric's phone number right now. We're gonna try and get you your second date. You ready?
Yes,
Okay,
please.
here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Eric?
Yeah, who's calling?
Hey, Eric. My name's Jeff from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you guys?
Oh, that's no one ever asks us that. That is so nice.
I know. So nice to meet.
I'm well.
I'm pretty depressed.
Okay, well,
terrible answers.
That's
no wonder
another
anyone asks
segment.
us.
Eric, we're doing a segment on our show called A Second Date. Are you familiar with that at all?
Not really. A second date?
That's right. So the way it works is if you go out with someone and afterwards, if that person isn't calling you back, you can email our show to reach out to them for you to help you figure out the reason why.
It's a little odd. Like, we use a radio show to do a date follow-up? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's sort of a last resort. It's because this person feels like they're having a hard time getting in touch with you. And her name's Samantha.
Oh. No, I mean, she was sweet. I mean, we had a cool time.
Cool time.
Ooh, you don't sound stoked about it at all.
No. I mean, we're hoping that maybe you'd be willing to tell us a little bit about what happened at the concert or why you're not wanting to see Samantha again.
Yeah, because she told us about the Beatles cover band or whatever that you guys went and saw.
To be honest, I mean, I enjoyed her company and whatnot, but it was kind of a little bit out of my wheelhouse, music-wise.
You're not a big Beatles fan, huh?
No, I mean, I know some of their songs. I mean, it's the Beatles. Who doesn't? But it's like she knew like every lyric to every song, and I kind of felt bad because I'm like, okay, I don't recognize this one.
Is the real problem just like you didn't have time to talk to her because she was singing the whole time? Is that what you're saying? You didn't get a chance to get to know her?
Right, like she was kind of more into the concert. I kind of felt like a not necessarily a date, and more like just a tag along.
Okay, well then, if that's how you feel, that's okay. But why not for your next date, get a chance to know her and do something new?
That's the issue, because she texted me and said, hey, I had a good time. And of course I replied, hey, and she's like, oh, we should do this again. And she gives me a list of like all these cover band dates she wants to do. And it's like Beach Boys and Simon and Garfunkel and Fleetwood Mac. It's like,
yeah.
Harmon and Garfunkel?
Simon and
Are
Garfunkel.
you being serious?
I don't know what you're
Cecilia, Bridge Over Troubled Water. Any of it.
You're just saying words.
Okay, so she's already planning out your future dates, and they're all old cover bands?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, she's like an old lady trapped in a young person's body.
Give her a break. I mean, obviously, she just thought you had a good time. So, some people aren't very creative with date ideas. So she's probably just sticking to the same thing that she thought you enjoyed too.
That's actually a good point, Brooke.
yeah, but like the cool thing about dates is varying. Like if you go do something your boyfriend or girlfriend wants to do or your partner wants to do, then the next go around it should be something that you want to do.
Okay, so why don't you give her a suggestion and ask her out then?
In fact, you can give her a suggestion right now because she's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you, Eric.
Oh, wait, what? Hey, how long have you been on the phone?
The whole time.
Oh man.
Yeah, she's pretty much been there since we started this phone call.
Yeah.
Hi. Sorry. Wow.
You didn't say anything bad about her. I mean, we've heard a lot worse things.
No. I thought you had a really good time at the concert, so I was suggesting other things that were similar, thinking that you would enjoy it. But if you want to do something else, like go to dinner or something, I'm down for that.
I guess I didn't want to hurt your feelings by saying I wasn't really into the old school band thing, so I kind of just didn't, I didn't know how to approach that, and didn't want to upset you.
You seem like you're into it, and if you're not into it, you could probably become more into it the more you come to see him with me. I mean...
Huh, that's weird. So it's like if someone's like, oh, I don't like sushi, you're like, oh, why don't you eat as much sushi as you can? And that way you'll like it.
If you do something enough, then you'll learn to love it.
Force it.
Yeah.
Force it. It does kind of sound like it's coming off that way. And I don't know if you mean it that way.
I mean, I already told you guys, I was so into Beatles from like birth that it's how I learned to read. I mean, if my parents hadn't introduced it to me and like played it all the time, I wouldn't be into it either.
Yeah, Eric, if the Beatles can teach Samantha how to read, maybe they can teach you how to love.
Oh, Jeff, I love that. Sounds like a song lyric.
And sorry, I should have said the tribute band to the Beatles can teach you how to love.
I've already heard like 2.5 hours of straight Beatles music. I think I already know how to love at this point.
Love me do, Eric.
That's why you need to move on to the Beach Boys so you can learn how to surf now.
Yeah,
soak up those rays.
I mean, Brian Wilson was a musical genius. Absolutely.
Who? Oh, Brian Wilson.
Brian Wilson was a musical genius.
Samantha, I think that it's great that you have that interest, but why does the person you date also have to have the same interest?
I mean, he doesn't have to, but this is classic stuff. I mean, he just has to experience it with me, and he'll know that this is just amazing stuff.
It sounds like he has
and he'll love it.
Yeah. What it sounds like is you want to change him. Yeah. That usually doesn't work
It
out.
doesn't, but I like
think so.
watch it happen.
Brooke, isn't there like a really old movie or an old TV show that you loved growing up and then you showed it to your significant other hoping that they would love it too?
I don't know. My husband loves Jason Mraz like a lot. It just...
Oh, and it's a no.
I'm still not on board. I can appreciate that he loves that and he connects to that music, but it's just not my jam.
You've been to how many concerts?
Like 7.
See?
Like a lot.
Wow, he likes
Oh,
it that much?
I've met the man twice. Like
Jeez.
it's like, yeah, honey, that can be your thing.
Jason Mraz is like, oh, this lady again.
But I've never once on my own put Jason Mraz on my Spotify.
But you developed an appreciation for it. You just said.
It's more of a tolerance, I would call it, than an appreciation.
Well, what about that, Eric? How about we build up a tolerance to this? And we would love to send you out on a second date to help you build up that tolerance, and we'll pay for it.
2.5 hours again of that? That was already tough enough making it through the first go-around.
But, Eric, that's just one. It's going to be many, many more after that.
You're not helping.
You're going to learn how to tolerate her and all of her musical interests.
Oh, great.
Does that sound good?
It sounds painful, actually.
Yeah, exactly. So you're doing a terrible job of selling this.
Every time you guys go to an old school concert, he can take you to a new school that one of his artists that he likes.
I would be okay with that.
Hey,
look at that, Eric.
There you go.
Do you have any artists you like?
I mean, yeah, I love Bruno Mars and Silk Sonic, like what those guys are doing. I think that's great. And it's got a little bit of old school to it.
See, yeah, Bruno's got a little funk to him.
Samantha, how do you feel about Bruno?
I actually don't know much about Bruno Mars, but I'm willing to listen.
She doesn't know?
Okay, well, maybe if you guys stay together and you guys listen long enough, you can go to the Bruno Mars tribute band together. And we'll pay for that.
That's a sweet 20-year anniversary.
Yeah. So what do you say, guys? Come on, give it one more shot, and we're going to pay for that date. Eric, what do you think?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'll give it a try. Why not?
Okay.
All right.
I don't know. He sounded like he's saying sure. He's never going to answer.
Go with the victory, man.
The road to tolerance starts with one yes. We got a yes. Congratulations, Samantha. You got another date.
I'm looking forward to it, and maybe we'll do dinner this time so we can talk about...
I've never heard dinner. Is that like a 70s band? They sound very nice.
It's diner.
Oh, sorry. I always get those confused.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92. 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
There's a difference between just getting blown off after a date and then somebody just being rude to you.
Ooh.
You know? Totally. Like you can go out with someone and then just ghost and not ever talk to them, or you can go the other route and be like, "You're an idiot. Leave me alone. Never want to talk to you again." And that's a situation that Rachel is in, I guess. Rachel's on the phone right now to do a second date update. She met a dude, and I guess now he's kind of being a jerk, and she just wants to know why. What's up, Rachel? How are you?
Hi.
Oh, God, I know why he's being a jerk. Jeez, what's your attitude for, Rachel?
Come on.
I'm such a mean.
Yeah.
Your laugh is mean.
Yeah, you sound so hard to deal with.
I'm not.
I don't think the question here is why is he not calling you back? It's like, why do you want to call him? Why do you want to waste your energy on this dude?
I mean, he was hot.
Okay. Okay.
Like, we got it off. I mean, we hit it off right away.
You almost said we got it on.
Yeah.
Did you get it on during your date?
Maybe we did a little.
Okay.
A little bit. Okay. We'll get into that in just a second. But tell us about the dude. What's his name, by the way?
His name is Jason.
Jason, all right. And where did you meet Jason?
I met Jason at a house party.
Okay.
We were at this party together, and I was in the other room, and I could, see into the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
And I could just, tell from the back of his head that he was, so hot. I just saw him. I didn't even see his face.
Dude, if a man is hot from the back of his head, he is definitely...
I've never heard that.
Well, you ever look at someone from behind and you're like, man, they're hot.
Yeah.
But sometimes they turn around and you're like, whoa, was I wrong?
Yeah.
Not in this case?
No, not in this case. I mean, it was gorgeous man, a light was shining around him. He was the life of the party. He looked so good. And then I was just sort of I locked eyes at the back of his head, but I was waiting. And then finally he did turn around and I was like, I knew it.
I knew it.
Yeah, I mean, I was totally right.
Did you approach him or did he approach you?
Well, I kind of casually made my way into the kitchen and I walked over to his group of people he was talking to and just, sort of basically laughing at everything that he said.
Oh, so you just sort of inserted yourself in the conversation and then just started laughing at whatever he was talking about.
Yes. I thought I was pretty smooth about it, but I mean, I was going in. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I was making an approach.
And did he notice you right away?
I mean, eventually he did. He noticed that I thought he was hilarious and clearly thought that he was, hot because I was, staring at him laughing. But, it felt like he was reciprocating,
Well, you said that you guys kind of got it on, so I guess he probably was reciprocating.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
How'd the rest of the evening go? I want to get to the...
It was mostly awesome. A little tiny awkward thing happened, but mostly we were basically I realized that nobody was around us. It was just the two of us. And we were really having a good time and we were having drinks. And eventually we made our way outside. And we were outside and talking, and then we sort of found our way to the side yard, and we're not talking so much, and we're more making out a little bit.
Okay,
all right.
Side yard makeout session. Hey. Yeah, that's so nobody can interrupt.
Yeah, it was kind of great because it was just we were still at the party, but we were in our own little space, and we basically started fooling around, and we were having a lot of fun. Things were getting a little crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And we sort of slammed into a trash can.
Jeez.
Yeah, things were getting
Wow.
crazy.
Oh, damn.
My God.
Yeah.
She grabs it and just...
Seriously.
What happened?
Well, the trash can was one of those loud kind, and it tumbled to the ground, crashing into the pool deck area. It was really loud and a little awkward.
Okay.
And basically, the host came out with a flashlight and totally shined it on us.
That's awesome. Yeah, they're expecting raccoons, and they come
Seriously.
around to see you guys make it out.
Yeah, it was we were totally caught.
Yeah. I just picture the two of you, you're bent over and you're looking at the flashlight and your beady little eyes.
Yeah, totally.
It was a lot like that.
Okay, that's nice and awkward. Did you go back into the party after that?
Yeah, we sort of got ourselves together and we it was funny. We thought it was funny.
Okay.
And then so a couple days later, basically I texted him and he was like, "Who's this? I have a new phone." And then I was like, "I'm Rachel from the party." Rachel, the not raccoon from the party.
Yeah, totally.
And now he is being really rude.
What do you mean? How is
What's
he
he
being
saying?
rude if he doesn't know who you are?
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's acting like he doesn't know who I am. But I mean, how could you not remember that? I mean, like, how could you forget that? So.
And you sure you have the right phone number?
We texted that night. Like, I saw him receive a text from me that night, and then like we texted for a couple days after, and now it's like now he's acting like I don't exist.
What is he saying? Like, I mean, after who's this? Did he respond?
Well, when I said I'm Rachel from the party, he was like, Rachel who?
What?
Yeah, he was like, I don't know you. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone. I don't know you. Wow. All right.
I'm like, dude, you know me. Like, I know you know me. I mean, unless he was blackout drunk for 2 days, but like, no.
For 2 days, it could be a possibility.
Yeah, it could be, but it just, like, you probably at this point just want to know why he's being so rude to you.
Exactly. I want to know why he's being so rude to me. And it's like, it feels like there's something else going on. Like maybe his girlfriend was out of town and that's, you know.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
That's why he would be like, I don't know you, because his girlfriend might be checking his phone.
His text messages.
Or something. I mean, it just seems a little weird to be like all about it and then.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I think you're
if
right.
we find out he has a girlfriend, is your goal to like call him out on air about it?
I mean, like, I just want to know what the deal is, like, why he's being so, like, you know, two-faced.
For sure.
Okay, it's understandable. All right, well, we'll play a song and then come back and call him and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I think we're about to catch somebody who's cheating.
Ooh,
It's
me
Brooke
too.
and Jubal in the morning. If you're just joining us for the second date update, Rachel is on the phone, and she met a dude at a party. They ended up having a good time. They even hooked up outside by the trash cans and knocked over a trash can. And the host of the party thought they were raccoons getting into the trash and actually caught them in the act. That was embarrassing for her. But anyway, she liked the dude a lot. They texted a little bit right after meeting, and then he disappeared. And then she texted him again, and he said, new phone, who this? And then said, I don't know you, leave me alone, and things like that. So we're guessing that maybe he has a girlfriend, and his girlfriend may have seen text messages from Rachel. So I think we're definitely about to bust him. Rachel, are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Ooh, I forgot to ask you, have you done any like detective work, like found him on social media, asked your friends about what his relationship status is?
I mean, I asked our friend who's the host of the party, but he's like a friend of a friend.
Oh.
So, like, I don't really know his last name, and there are a lot of Jasons in the world.
Yeah, there is.
You search through every Jason on
She's like,
Facebook.
she's trying to find the hottest one. Show me the back of your head, because that's all I remember. You were so hot from the back.
Exactly. I needed that to be the profile pic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Can I speak to Jason, please?
This is not Jason.
I'm sorry, what?
This isn't Jason.
That is.
Oh, all right. Well, who is this then?
This is Trevor.
Okay. Well, this is Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. Do you know Jason at all?
Wait. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah,
listen,
yeah.
Trevor?
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Hey, Trevor.
Oh my God, I follow you guys on Instagram.
Sweet.
Oh.
Thanks, Trevor.
Sweet. Appreciate it.
What are you guys calling me for? What, did I win something?
No.
No, you didn't. I'm not even trying to call you, Trevor. I'm trying to call a dude named Jason.
Well, that hurts.
If you don't remember the
God.
beginning of our conversation.
Oh. Well, this is my number now.
Oh.
Okay, so you just got this phone?
Yeah. I've been getting calls all week for this Jason dude.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's what happens when you get a new phone.
Yeah.
I got a new number a little while ago. I keep getting, I don't speak fluent Spanish. Whoever had the phone before me, obviously a fluent Spanish speaker. So when did you get this phone?
Like a week or so?
A week. All right.
Okay.
Well, that sucks because we're trying to do a second date update, and this girl, Rachel, was looking for a dude named Jason, who apparently used to have this phone number.
Oh, Rachel, is she kind of hot?
Wait, what? Now you're
I
just
don't
trying to
know.
get with girls that want Jason?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just curious. Is she a hot girl or,
I don't know if she's hot.
She probably is. Jason, according to her, Jason was like the hottest man on the planet, and Jason was interested in her, so we don't get to see her. She just called us.
So wait. I listened to the second date updates that you guys do, and does that mean she's on the line like right now?
Yeah.
She is on the other line, Trevor.
Oh, well, what's up, Rachel?
Trevor, you're funny.
I'm like trying to get a second date from Jason. That's what's up.
Oh man, that sucks. I mean, why did he ditch you? Did you do something, or like did you do something weird?
Trevor, I don't even know how old you are, and I don't know how you took over this segment, but good work, man. Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of doing our job right now.
Seriously.
I don't really know. I didn't do anything. This is weird.
I mean, you must have did something, or maybe he just, maybe he was just staring at other chicks or something,
Trevor, he doesn't have his phone number anymore. She can't get a hold of him. You obviously have his phone number.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I have the phone number now, but I mean that was a week ago. That's old news.
Jason's old news.
All right, no. This is really cool. This is cool. So, Rachel, tell me what happened.
Tell me what happened.
Tell Trevor.
Let Trevor fix it for you, Rachel.
I mean, it's like, why? I mean, I don't know. It's not that. Why am I talking to you about this? Like, like this guy Jason and I met at a party, and we really hit it off. I'd like to talk to him again.
I mean, did you guys hook up at all?
What? That's none of your business, Trevor.
Oh, that totally sounds like you did. He totally did.
Oh my God, Trevor! Trevor, I love you.
Rachel, you're being trolled by this dude.
I mean, I'm a single guy.
Oh my God, what is happening right now?
You want to go on a first date with me?
Oh, wow.
Oh, well, Trevor, I mean, give her some stats. What do you have to offer her?
What do you look like, man?
I mean, I'm pretty handsome, I just got a job. And,
yeah, you got some.
I mean, I'm like that. Those are good qualities to have, a job and handsome. I think that you might be, I'm just guessing, a decade younger than me, I think, maybe.
I mean, I'm old enough to at least have the phone now, so.
I'm old enough to have a phone. Yeah, he's got a phone, just got a job.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But he's in high school.
What do you think, Rachel?
I can't really believe that this is happening.
I mean, you better believe it, baby. I mean,
baby.
Listen, you got ghosted by him. I'm not trying to ghost you right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Right now, though.
Uh-huh.
Who knows?
Rachel, are you considering this at all?
He's charming.
I mean, I really don't think so.
Oh, come on, Rach. I mean, listen, we can even just hook up later.
Yeah, I'm not going out with you. You sound like you are in high school.
I'm not in high school anymore.
Like currently, because you're on the phone with us, but later on, you probably have to go to school.
I mean, yeah, I've got classes later. That's about it.
Okay.
This is not exactly what I thought was going to happen. Was this phone call?
Come on, Rafe, give me a shot. Let's just hang out. Just maybe there's a reason that we have our numbers now, each other's numbers. Maybe there's a reason that this happened.
Ooh, kismet.
Rachel, would you go out on, I guess, a first date with Trevor, who I think is a high schooler?
Yeah, and
we will pay for it.
I don't think it's legal. I just want to throw that out there.
I think I'm going to pass. I mean, you sound like you're very charming, Trevor, but I think maybe in a few years, when you get out of grad school, let me know.
You don't want me to Google the age of consent in this state and then make your decision after that?
I mean, I'm flattered. I think, I don't think so this time.
Well, I mean, good luck with that Jason dude or whatever, that jerk. And he's still got my number, so if you ever want to talk about it, I'm here. I'm here for you.
I'm here.
He's persistent.
Yeah, he is.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Take a seat.
Text in at 78592 that says, you need to hire Trevor as an intern right now.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. If you missed today's second date update, Rachel called us and she wanted us to get a hold of a dude named Jason. They met at a party. They hooked up actually in the side yard and got caught by the host. And they texted for a day or two afterwards. And then suddenly he stopped responding and then started responding rudely. Like, who's this? I don't know you. Leave me alone. And then we called that number and a kid named Trevor answered and said that he just got a new phone.
Yeah.
So obviously, Jason had canceled his phone service, and Trevor must have got his new number. And then Trevor started hitting on Rachel and tried to get her to hang out sometime.
Dude,
she said no because Trevor sounded like he might be late for social studies class.
Right?
He was definitely in high school.
Yeah.
But he had so much game.
Yeah, people texting in like, this guy's a legend
what?
already.
Yeah, dude, I think she almost said yes.
I think so.
Until she had to check herself and be like, wait a minute, I don't need to go to prom again.
Yeah. This Trevor kid is going to take over the world someday.
Yeah.
So it was a pleasure to meet him. And hopefully he finishes up his last couple years of high school and then maybe gets a date with Rachel. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Move at 92.5.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Well, I do declare I'm excited about today's second date update.
You're a Southern woman?
We have a bona fide Southern gentleman on the phone, and I can't wait to talk to him. His name is Jeffrey. Most likely Jeffrey Beauregard. That's what I would think. His email said that he just moved to town from the South and is having trouble meeting ladies and finally found a date, and now she's not calling him back. Jeffrey, I say that is a travesty that would happen to you.
Well, yeah, I gotta agree with you, ma'am.
Oh my God, he's actually batting his eyelashes at you right now, Jeffrey. You better be careful. He may drop a white glove on the ground any moment.
Well, I gotta tell you something. Where I'm from in the South, there ain't any women who talk like him or look like him anymore. So,
Way to just dash my dreams, Jeff. How you doing, man? Thanks for your email.
Yeah, I guess I'm doing okay, all things considered, except for this girl not calling me back. That's why I'm here.
How long you been in town? And I'm assuming that you've been listening to the show for a while. If you're willing to do a second date update with us.
Yeah, I've been here for a little over a month now, and I actually move around for work a lot. I've been all over the South, and I'm kind of starting something new here in the area, and so I like my morning shows. I'm trying to meet people and do stuff like that. So I heard you guys, and Jubal, maybe it was that inherent Southern charm you had in there.
Well, I do tend to connect with my Southern gentlemen, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about the girl that you want to call today.
Her name's Alana, and I think this story is it's just sort of typical, I guess. We went out to a restaurant on a date. We met online because I'm new. I don't know anybody in this area, so I was going online, and so went out to a restaurant. Now she had to drive. Sort of a long story. My car is actually being shipped.
Okay.
I'm not going to go on all that, but
when you say car, I'm assuming you mean jacked up truck, right?
Yeah. That's how it is in the South. We all got trucks.
And had you online dated when you lived in the South, or is this your first go round?
I've done a little bit before, nothing too serious. Just this is it's a little embarrassing because I don't have my car, and I'm not usually the one that the girl has to come pick up. That's a little embarrassing for me, but she was cool. It didn't seem to matter to her.
You know what? No matter how progressive you think, it's always kind of weird whenever you're going out on a date. As a guy, you just feel like you should be the one picking them up.
Absolutely.
And I've gone on a couple dates like that when my car was in the shop or whatever. I was like, yeah, you want to go out? And she's like, sure. And I was like, well, you got to come pick me up. It's always kind of an awkward conversation for some reason.
Yeah, that's kind of how it felt.
Did you make her get out of the driver's seat just so you could open the door for her?
No, I didn't do no. I know where I am. I didn't try any of that stuff. So, but I think I know why she's not calling me back. We went to dinner. It was fine. We talked, had a good time, but I didn't have my wallet on me. I realized it fell out in the car. So at the end of dinner, when I realized I was going to pay, because I at least do that much. And I realized my wallet had fallen out. So I asked for her keys to go look back in her car. And she kind of looked at me nervously, gave me the keys.
She probably thought you were about to steal her car. Because you read a lot of these news stories about people who go out on online dates that end up stealing somebody's car on a first date.
Oh, no, I've never read about that before. Is that a thing people do?
Oh, yeah, it is, dude. Go ahead and Google it. There's stories about it all the time.
I'm sure she just thought you were cheap, not that you were going to steal her car.
Yeah, I mean, we've been making jokes about how I was a fish out of water all night, so, maybe she was thinking I was some weird serial killer car thief person.
Yeah, I mean, it seems convenient when you're at dinner and you're like, oh, man, I left my wallet in your car. Can I borrow your keys, please? I'll be right back, I swear.
Yeah, that's exactly why I think she might not be calling me back. But I found my wallet pretty quick, came back, and I paid. And so after that, of course, she drove me home. That's weird again.
That's even weirder.
But at the end, we shook hands. It was the first date. I didn't want to kiss her, not on a first date. That's not how I was raised.
So can I ask you, did you offer your hand first, or did she offer the handshake?
I think I offered mine. Yeah, I offered mine first.
Okay.
That's weird.
Put her there.
So, at the end of the night, I just, leaned over, shook her hand, and she smiled, and I was like, I think I said something like, this was a nice time, and I think, if you'll be hearing from me again, I hope I see you soon. Something like that.
And what was her response to that?
She said she had a fun time, and I said, can I call you again? And she said, sure.
And did you call her again?
I've only called once. I have texted 3 or 4 times. But, it's a little confusing, because I know it was a little crazy asking for her keys and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I came back. I didn't steal her car. I didn't do nothing like that. And she said she had a lot of fun. So I'm just confused.
All right. Well, we're gonna play a song. Come back, call her, and get your second date update. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right, man. Hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
For today's second date update, Jeff is on the phone with us. He's a Southern gentleman who just moved here. Met a girl online. They went out to dinner. Nothing really crazy about dinner. Said they had a good time. The only thing that happened, and is the reason that he thinks he's not getting a call back, is that during dinner he realized that he forgot his wallet in her car because she had to drive because his car isn't here yet. So he asked for the keys, went out to the car, grabbed his wallet, came back in and still paid for dinner. Yeah. But he thinks that might have been kind of weird for her. It is kind of weird to be like, hey, first date, don't know you very well, but can I have your keys, please? So we're about to call her right now. Jeff, you ready to go for your second date update?
I think so, yeah.
And
all right.
Why do you want to call this girl? I mean, I just think if I was new to town, I'd want to date around a little bit.
I do want to date around, but I want to see her again first. I want to follow up with her and spend a little more time with her first.
Yeah, you're not trying to fall in love with her, right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, who knows? That's kind of the whole point of dating, but I just want to see where it goes.
I guess you don't know unless you get a second date, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, well, going to call her right now, get her on the phone, and see if we can find out why she's not calling you back.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Alana, please?
Yeah, this is she.
Hey, Alana, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
What, who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning?
I don't know who that is. I'm sorry.
That's all right. There's a lot of people that don't know who it is. It's a radio show, morning radio show. How you doing?
Okay.
I'm calling you because you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners, and they wanted us to get a hold of you.
Okay. What's their name?
He's a Southern gentleman who just kind of moved to town. Do you know what I'm talking about? His name is Jeff.
Yes, I do.
He actually emailed us and told us a little bit about your date and is confused as to why you're not calling him back, so he asked us to see if we could get you on the phone and find out why.
I don't know. I just didn't really work.
You didn't really work?
The whole date was just weird. There were little things that happened the whole date, and it just didn't really go well.
Okay, can you put it so that we can tell him, can you describe in your own words the date then? Because it sounds like more happened than what he told us.
I mean, we're just really different, really, really different. I think during dinner, I went to use the restroom, and I got back, and I heard him pass gas.
At the table? Like, were you sitting back down, or were you just coming up to the table? And
I was coming back to the table, and as I was sitting down, I definitely heard him pass gas.
Oh, bad timing.
So you were did he not notice that you were there yet, and you were walking up and you farted?
Right, basically. He didn't say a single thing about it, and I just kind of sat there and thought, okay, well, I guess we'll just let this go.
Did you guys have that awkward moment where you both know that the other one farted and you kind of sit there in silence for a second, like, is somebody going to bring it up? And then you go,
I did, but he kind of seemed like it was totally fine.
Oh, my God. What is he going to say? I mean, you'd have to pretend like it didn't happen on your first date at dinner.
Yeah. Well, I kind of tried to just forget about it, but then we get to paying for the check, and he tells me that he thinks he left his wallet in my car and whatever. I mean, I get it. Like, maybe it just fell out of his pocket or something. So I gave him my keys, and I was praying that he wasn't going to, steal my car or do anything. But he came back, and he paid for the bill, and everything, everything was fine. And then, I really thought maybe I would go out with him again. But then I got home, and I was getting my bags and everything from my car, and I realized that the change in my change box in my car was completely gone.
No way.
Wait.
So you're accusing him of stealing the change out of your car?
100%.
Oh
no
my
Are you?
100%.
Really?
I had quarters in there. I know I keep my change there as my little, thing where I just throw my change. It was completely gone.
Why
All I could think was that this hillbilly from the South took my change, stole from me. So I wasn't even going to, he tried calling me, he texted me a couple times. I did not even want to respond. I don't even want to see him again. I don't want to hear from him. I can't even believe that, the audacity he would have to call a radio station knowing that he stole from me.
Oh, man.
You said you don't want to hear from him ever again.
Never again.
Okay, well, that's going to be tough because he's actually on the other line listening.
You actually noticed the change was gone for your car?
What the is going on?
That's Jeff.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Alana, it's me. It's Jeff. I've been here the whole time. I
don't want to talk to you. You know what you did. I don't want to talk to you.
Alana, don't you think you're being a little paranoid, accusing Jeff of stealing the change out of your car? I highly doubt that Jeff took the change out of your car.
I took it.
What?
You did?
You actually stole change.
Alana, just listen for a second. First off, it was a couple bucks, and it was a tip. It was a tip.
You actually stole it?
I checked my wallet. Cash was a little bit low.
This is a joke.
I needed a little extra for the tip. It was only a couple bucks. That's something I learned in the South. You tip good when you go out.
Yeah, but
your own money.
I was going to pay it back on a second date. It totally slipped my mind to even mention
A
it.
second date? You really think I would go on a second date with you after you stole from me?
It's not stealing. I was borrowing it, and I was going to pay it back on the second date. We do that all the time in the South. It's no big deal.
you do, Jeff? That's a common Southern thing to steal each other's car change and use it as a tip?
No, it ain't stealing. I'm not stealing nothing. I'm borrowing change. It's change.
Jeff,
How often do you notice change in your car?
It's
I got
only
change in my car. It's been there for a long time.
Oh my God! It's only borrowing if you actually ask somebody for money and then tell them you're going to pay it back. You can't just take it.
I forgot.
Oh my God! This is just all ridiculous. Jeff, I think you're a dumb hick.
Oh!
I don't understand why we're even having this conversation. I don't have any more time for this. Our conversation's done.
That was quick.
Oh, wow.
Jeff,
Damn.
you still there, man?
I don't get it. I was going to pay her back. It was a couple of bucks
Yeah, but
from a car that I was going to use for the tip.
Jeff, you should probably ask before you do that,
Look, man, it was my first date with her, Yeah, I was nervous about everything else anyway, and I forgot.
All right, well,
And
my advice to you would be next time, if you're ever in that position, don't steal somebody's cash from their car, man.
you know, you keep saying stealing. You know, I've heard enough of your. I didn't steal nothing.
Okay,
I didn't
Jeff.
steal-
All right. Hey, man, listen, I'm just telling you that you probably shouldn't take money from people's cars, even if it's like a Southern thing, like you said. It's definitely
You
not
just
done here.
Stop talking to me about all this. You DJ radio high school dropout. You don't know what the you're talking
Jeff,
about.
that's the first thing I will agree with you on. I am a radio host. I know that. Don't be so mad. I'm just trying to help you out.
Yeah, well, a lot of help you are.
Did that just really happen?
We just got hung up on twice,
Wow.
which is impressive. And
Not
that
bad.
might be a first time for that.
I didn't even get to ask if they wanted to go on a second date. I guess I'll have to email them. See if I can get them to go out again.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
A lot of times when you do second date updates, people have no idea what they've done wrong on their first date, or they leave out a very important detail in the story that they're telling us, something that they don't think is weird, but their date certainly thought was. Well, today's second dater knows exactly what he did wrong on his first date. His name is Tuggy. Tuggy, what's up, man? How are you?
Jubal, how you doing, man?
What's up?
Oh, my God.
What's going on, Tuggy?
You don't even know it, but you are my dog, man. You're my jam.
You're my jam.
Thanks, Tuggy.
Tuggy, do you introduce yourself as Tuggy, or is this just a nickname that you use because, you know, you and Jubal are obviously bros now?
Well, I mean, we're obviously bros, but yeah, I mean, my buddy gave me that name in 8th grade. It's kind of a long story, but yeah, my real name's Daryl.
All right. It's always interesting. It's a long story. They call me Tuggy. I don't want to know that story at all.
Nope, especially in 8th grade.
So the girl that you want to call today, tell us a little bit about her.
This chick I met on plentyoffish.com.
Nice.
And so, like, I meet this chick. Her name's Megan, and I thought she was cute. Her profile checked out. And I said, hey, you want to go out for dinner? She said, cool. And she was one of the only girls off of this website that actually looks like her picture, which is cute.
I feel like you've
I think
tried to date everyone on that website,
From
too,
what
like
I know,
you know.
yeah, from what I know of Plenty of Fish, that is true. So,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah. And, you know, I roll up to pick her up, and I like to have a good time. I'm kind of a prankster, kind of like you, Jubal. And, like, I always have some fun ideas when I pick up a girl, like, you know.
no.
So, anyway, I think this girl wasn't into it or something. I don't know. But, anyway, I pick her up.
Yeah, that kind of, I mean, that kind of made no sense what you just said
Yeah.
there. What do you mean by fun ideas that you do for girls? Like, see, they get in your car and they sit on a whoopee cushion or something?
No, but, like, so she gets in the car, and I'm like, all right, you want to go for a ride? And she's like, okay. And then I floor it.
What?
And we drive, there's like a dead end on her street, so I'm like, this would be funny if I drive straight towards this wall. And, like, I get to, like, up to, like, maybe, like, 45 miles an hour, in, like, the span of a block.
What are you doing?
And I'm headed right for this wall, and she's screaming. And then, of course, I mean, I stop right before the wall. I'm not going to kill us all. And,
Good.
and she was really angry.
Yeah. She just met a guy named Tuggy and gave her address out. It was her first mistake, and now she's in a car with him. This is so wrong on so many levels.
What did she say after you pretended to slam into a wall?
Oh my gosh.
She like gathered herself, and she said, what the hell was that? And I said, well, I just thought it'd be funny.
Oh.
Oh, terrible answer.
Yeah.
No, I like a man to wait until the second date to endanger my life, or at least, 30 minutes into the date.
I mean, I guess, but it's like, if you're not up for that kind of humor, then I don't know if you should be dating Tuggy.
Yeah, then you don't deserve Tuggy. All right. Has this worked for you before? Have you tried this
Not
trick?
this one. So the last girl I dated for about 2 weeks, when I picked her up, I immediately locked the doors, and she thought that was pretty funny.
That is so creepy, Tuggy.
That's awesome. Just
That's
staring at
not funny.
Tuggy, I like your dating style, man.
We're 5 minutes into this date, and I'm already thinking that she needs to file a police report.
Tell us what happened on the rest of your date.
Well, so then we go very slowly to dinner. I'm following the speed limit. And we get there, and I'm like, cool. And then she says, oh, hey, a friend of mine works across the street at this other restaurant. And she's like, you mind if I stop in? I'm like, no, fine, that's cool. So I'm waiting in the parking lot for like 15 minutes while she's in this other place. And I'm like, well, what the heck, what's up, you know? And so I go across in this other restaurant, and I say, and I'm looking for her, and I can't find her. And I said to like the hostess, you see a girl that looks like this girl? And she said, yeah, some girl came in and just asked to use the back entrance and left.
Oh, no. So she ditched out the back door of another restaurant to try to get away from you, Tuggy.
Yeah, so she bolted.
So what do you want to do today then? You want to call her and find out if she'll go out with you again? You want to call her and apologize? What is the point?
Yeah, I need you guys to make it all right. I need my bros to kind of make it all right.
Smooth it out.
I mean, do you feel any remorse, Tuggy, for making her feel uncomfortable or unsafe?
Yeah, I obviously came on too strong. And it's like, I want her to know that I can take it slow and not be crazy right off the bat.
I don't believe
Laugh
you.
at the end.
I don't believe you
All right.
at all, though, Tuggy. Is
Here
the
we
problem.
go. Tuggy, we're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call her, see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
Oh, sweet. Thanks.
All right, man. Just hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
You can usually tell a date has gone bad when the person you're on a date with makes an excuse to go in another restaurant and then runs out the back door, never to be seen or heard from again.
Usually a good indicator.
Yeah, Tuggy had that happen to him on his first date. If you're just joining us for the second date update, Tuggy is on the phone. His real name is Daryl, by the way. Tuggy is not his given name. But he met a girl named Megan on Plenty of Fish. He's a bit of a prankster, I guess. And when he picked her up for the date, he pretended like he was going to slam the car into a wall.
What a joke.
Gotcha.
To scare her. It worked. It scared her. But she didn't seem very happy about it. They didn't even make it into the restaurant they were going to because she made an excuse to go across the street to another restaurant, said she had a friend that worked in there, and then bounced out the back door,
Yeah.
and he has not heard from her. Tuggy, I was talking to my producer, and he says that you tried to text her about 20 times since your date.
Yeah, well, I wanted to apologize, man. I think I scared her, you know. I wanted to say sorry.
Yeah, I think that says more than I'm sorry.
Yeah. 20 times an apology? That's a lot to text somebody, man.
She was really scared.
Yeah. And Tuggy, don't you think she should have been?
Well, no, she should have been scared if she didn't get it was a joke. Like, if you don't get it's a joke, yeah, it's really scary.
That's good logic.
But you told her it was a joke after, so she should probably lighten up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we smiled and laughed when she got in the car, so I thought, okay, now's a good time for a joke.
And you're hoping to get a second date, or you just want to call and finally talk to her and apologize?
Both, man. I mean, I think the only way to get a second date is if I apologize. You know?
All right. Okay, well, I'm going to call her right now, see if we can get her on the phone. You ready?
Cool.
All right.
Hello,
Hi, is Megan in?
this is she.
Megan, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5. How are you?
Sorry, who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning? Nothing?
No, I know who you are, but
Oh, nice. Okay.
um,
I'm calling you because you recently went out with a friend of our radio show on a little bit of a date. His name's Tuggy.
yep, kind of an unforgettable dude.
Tuggy liked you a lot. He emailed us and wanted us to call you and ask why you won't get back to him.
Didn't seem like he liked me. I was not getting that vibe. He basically almost killed me.
Yeah, he told us about that. He feels bad.
Oh, good. He feels bad. I'm glad.
He also told us how you ditched him and made an excuse to go to another restaurant and then ran out their back door. Was it that bad?
Yeah, some of my finest work, actually. I saw the nearest restaurant, and I was like, I know someone that works there. Bye.
Do you regret maybe giving a guy named Tuggy on the internet your address to pick you up?
I didn't. No, his name was not Tuggy when we got together. His name was Daryl. I gave a Daryl my number, and a Tuggy showed up.
Oh, that sounds like the start of a very, very, very bad story. And I guess it was for you, Megan.
Please, from minute one, this guy was a clown. I was like, I can't do this.
Can you explain the date in your words what happened? Because the way that he told us, it didn't sound, I mean, obviously his little stunt sounded like a big deal, but everything else sounded okay.
Honestly, we weren't on a date that long. He picked me up. I said, nice to meet you, Daryl. He said, call me Tuggy. I was like, okay. It basically got worse from there. Then he drove as fast as he could and slammed on the brakes right before hitting a wall. He's like, it was a joke. It was a joke. I'm like, that. I don't know in what world that's a funny joke. Then he drove really slow to kind of like really stick it to me. Like, is this slow enough for you?
Then he's condescending on top of
The
it.
jokes continue.
Wow. As you have whiplash in the passenger seat.
Yeah, very funny. Just, I was in stitches.
Sounds like it.
He is driving down the street, and then he's like, if you don't think that's funny, I can do impressions. And then basically started, like, barking like a dog and then was behaving like a sheep. And I was not reacting at all.
Well, they're impressions, yeah.
They
It's an
are.
impression of a dog and a sheep.
Animal noises.
I would be scared. I would think I had just gotten in a car with a psycho killer.
I mean,
It was a joke. It was just a joke.
Megan, that's Tuggy. He's actually been on the other line listening this whole time.
God, why would you do that? I just told you that this person, I don't want anything to do with him. I don't understand why you would put me on the phone with him.
Man, why do you make me out as like some sort of serial killer? All I just wanted to do was have a good time, you know? It's like...
Your idea of a good time is near-death experiences, followed up by acting like a jack.
That sounds like fun to me, Tuggy.
And it sounds like a perfect recap.
Honestly,
even if we
if
hit
there's a
that
girl
wall,
out there that likes almost dying and then getting barked at, good luck to her.
We didn't almost die. Even if we hit the wall, we would just maybe had a broken wrist.
Oh my God. How comforting. Good for you.
Listen, I am seriously sorry. I know you were scared, and that's not what I was going for. I just got the vibe that you would be into some sort of practical joking, and I read the situation wrong, and I'm sorry. That's what I wanted to say.
Why do I feel like even right now you're joking? I mean, within minutes, I felt like my life was at risk, and I found you completely off-putting. I don't know anyone that would enjoy what you were doing in your behavior. And
Is he barking?
I can't. All right. Well, I'm glad you got that out. You're a f***ing idiot. I have nothing to do with you. I really hope you're happy.
Tuggy, you're not helping your case by barking at her.
You just can't stop the jokes, man.
It is a pretty good impersonation of a dog.
Thanks. I've been working on it for a long time.
We can tell.
I mean, should I apologize for who I am? I don't know.
No.
I guess so. Is that what I need to do?
No, I mean, if that's who you are, Tuggy, own it, But you and Megan clearly don't click.
Man, she made me feel real bad. I
Poor
feel
guy.
real bad.
Oh, no. I made him feel sad.
Yeah, Megan. I'm assuming, Megan, that you don't want to go out with Tuggy again. We will send you out on a second date and pay for it. I'll even pay for transportation so you don't have to worry about Tuggy driving.
I would rather pay for my own dinner 10 times than see that dude again.
Well, Megan, do you at least have any advice for Tuggy before we let him go in his future dating conquests?
I mean, I wish him luck. I don't really know.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. I'm done. He wins. He really wins. He wins.
Yep. Yeah, man, I'm just going to be me, and you know what? So I'm sorry for that.
That's awesome.
Oh, my gosh.
You just be you, Tuggy.
Yes.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
First things first, I'm the realest. Drop this and let the whole